Today we take you on a journey. The only thing needed are your memories of Veterans Stadium. Your first impressions might have been of its very first day. Perhaps you came to see its greatest slugger tear the cover off the ball, or its most dominant pitcher reach an unforgettable milestone. You might have been one of the hardy few who hung around to revel in the wee hours of the morning, and then returned a few months later with 60,000 of your friends for a bigger celebration. You might have come recently on a beautiful spring afternoon to witness history in the making, then stood and watched in wonder as the team's latest and greatest addition endeared himself to his team and his town. Your memories might not even be pleasant ones, but every time your heart aches, there is always a source of ultimate comfort. Wherever your mind's eye takes you, they are images and emotions that will endure for all time. But the setting that served as their companion will soon be no more. Good afternoon and welcome to Veterans Stadium for the final salute, our farewell tribute to the Phillies' home since 1971. The Vet will close its doors after today and leaves behind wonderful memories. Today will be devoted to reliving those times, celebrating those who made them happen, and showcasing this grand structure. I'm here in the radio booth where I spent most of my 34 seasons here at Veterans Stadium. And the Vet's going to be missed. It's a building. What's going to be missed? The people that worked here and the players that graced the field donning the uniform of the Fightin' Phils. My special memory, 27 years right here in this booth with the late great whiteness Richie Ashburn. We had a bond that will be with me for as long as I live. And the memories of Veterans Stadium are going to be with me for as long as I live. Let's go to the TV booth. Chris Wheeler is there with his memories. Wheels?
Well, for me at Veterans Stadium, it started over there in section 334. I was a fan here on April 10th of 1971. And less than 3 months later, I walked into this ballpark as an employee of the Phillies on July the 5th of 71, scared to death, saying, oh, boy, don't mess this up. This is a dream come true. Got a chance to be a member of the Phillies radio and television team all these years. And Veterans Stadium to me is just a very, very special place. Connie Mack Stadium was my youth. I guess Veterans Stadium is where I was lucky enough to make the most wonderful living in the world. Great players here, great people, tremendous ballpark. Someplace that I'm personally really going to miss, but can't wait to get to Citizens Bank Ballpark. Thank you, Veterans Stadium, and everybody around here and the fans for a dream come true. Larry Anderson has a lot of memories about this place. He spent them right down there in the bullpen. Andy, take it away.
All right, Wheels. Well, for all intents and purposes, this is where my career started in 1983 in the bullpen here at Veterans Stadium. I think about when I came here and joined a team with the likes of Hall of Famers Michael Jack, Steve Carlton, Tony Perez, Joe Morgan. It was a thrill for me to come here to end up in a World Series. And then in 1993, to play with that team, that gang of wackos, the most fun I've ever had. And it was all here at Veterans Stadium. And it's sad for me because it's going to be gone. But the memories will always be here of this wonderful place that I called home for so long. One of my teammates from that 93 team has some memories of his own. Crucker?
Wouldn't it be great to watch Mike Schmidt hit another home run, or Steve Carlton strike out another hitter with a nasty slider, or Larry Boa making the routine play into a routine out, Lenny Dykstra stealing second with a head-first slide, Dave Hollins going first to third with reckless abandon, or Darren Dalton leading a group of degenerates to the 93 pennant. Madonna said it best in song, this used to be our playground. Not only for the players who have played here, but also for the fans, the ones who came out, fathers with their sons with their sons. It was always our playground, but we shared it with you, the fans. What are my memories of the Vet? 5.5 years of playing in the greatest baseball town ever. The 1993 pennant, where we got to celebrate with all of you. And 30,000 of my closest friends being able to entertain them. Someone asked me a couple weeks ago, why don't they keep the vet up? Keep it as a memorial so you players can come in and see it. I said, why? None of my friends will be there. Back to you, Harry.
There is still one game left to be played, and what a pitching matchup for the final game at Veterans Stadium. Greg Maddux, who broke Cy Young's record by winning his 15th game in 16 straight seasons, opposed by Kevin Millwood, who will try to beat his former team for the first time. When we return, the ball game and a day-long tribute to Veterans Stadium on this, the final salute. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser. The best things in life are the things that are true. Budweiser. By Citizens Bank, not your typical bank. By your local Toyota dealers. Get the feeling, Toyota. And by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it.
There's a long drive. This Colonial Volkswagen is out of here.
With these home run deals, it's hard to keep them in stock. Own a brand new Jetta from just $98.90. That's a steal. How about this Colonial Volkswagen Passat from just $13,990? Another steal. Save on acres of Volkswagen certified pre-owned vehicles.
If you can't make a deal with me, you can't make a deal with anybody.
Colonial's sizzling sales event. Now, drivers want it.
Colonial Volkswagen. It's what you want, what you need, it's everything you ever dreamed. Blue sea, blue sky, spread your wings and fly. It's where you wanna go, it's where you wanna be. The good, top of it, and everything.
St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Florida's beach.
Grilled steak, sauteed onions, and American cheese on a hoagie roll. The new authentic Philly cheesesteak at McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's.
And we're back at Veterans Stadium, where the Phillies have taken the field for the final time at the old vet. Lineup cards being exchanged at home plate, and there's Shag Crawford, who umpired the first game behind the plate here at Veterans Stadium in 1971. And fittingly, his son Jerry, the crew chief of this umpiring crew, will have the dish today. Larry Bowen, Bobby Cox exchanging the line-ups, and former Phil's manager Dallas Green, Danny Ozark there also for the lineup exchange. And of course, next year will be in Citizens Bank Park, brand new state-of-the-art stadium next year. But there will be a lot of fond memories here from old Veterans Stadium. Yes, thank you for the memories of the vet. Phillies have taken the field for this last game, and let's check out Bobby Cox's starting lineup. Cox, incidentally, will be playing the Chicago Cubs in the first round of the playoffs. His starting lineup will have Rafael Furcal at shortstop leading off. Marcus Giles, second base, bats second. Gary Sheffield, right field, hitting third. Chipper Jones, left field, bats fourth. Andrew Jones, center field, hitting fifth. Javi Lopez catching, batting sixth. Robert Fick at first base, hits seventh. Mark DeRosa, the third baseman, batting eighth. Greg Maddux will pitch in at ninth, and that lineup is facing Phillies' Kevin Millwood.
Kevin Millwood is going to try for the first time this year to beat his former team. He's had 3 starts against him, has not won a game. 14-11 overall, ERA under 4. Getting him a lot of innings, 218 of them, less than 200 hits. He's only walked 67 and struck out 166.
Millwood has not beaten these Braves, his former team. He is 0-3 against Atlanta this year, having lost to Russ Ortiz 6-1 at the vet. Again to Ortiz, 5-3 at Turner, and again to Ortiz, 6-4 at Turner Field. So he'd like to go out with a winning note here against his former team. Sold-out crowd here at Veterans Stadium on the final day of the bet. After the game, we will have closing ceremonies of Veterans Stadium, which we will carry for you live here on UPN 57 right after the game. The closing ceremonies will take place. And Rafael Furcal stands in to lead off. He's hitting at .294. Fourth in the league in hits, third in the league in runs scored. One strike to Rafael Furcal. You can see the flash bulbs going out on the first pitch of this final game.
Yep. Sure, we'll see a lot of more flashes going off.
It was a strike. 2 quick strikes to Furcal. Question, L.A. Furcal has had an outstanding leadoff year for Atlanta. Who's the best leadoff man in the league, this guy or Juan Pierre?
Boy, that's a tough call. Both of them are so important to their ball club.
Yeah. Called third strike, struck him right out of there. So Kevin Millwood, eschewing the whiteness jinx, has struck out the leadoff man.
A perfect 0-2 pitch, the fastball, a tailing fastball inside corner right on the black. A perfect pitch. Millwood 12-5 here at the Vet in 24 starts with a sparkling ERA of under 3.
There's Marcus Giles. He's hitting at .318, the 7th leading hitter in the league. Good breaking ball. 1 strike to Marcus Giles. Birthday wishes to Patricia Lehman in Elmer, New Jersey, from husband Bernie and from us. Belated lead to Gene Ringer. Celebrated his 53rd Thursday from wife Terry, daughter Brenda, and from us to Gene Ringer.
Well, good curveball by Kevin Millwood. Really has Giles fooled.
Phillies have already won the season series against the Atlanta Braves. The Phillies are 10-8 against the Braves this year.
First time since 1991 that they have won a season series from the Braves. 10 wins and 8 losses. They've out-hit them, outscored them.
And out-pitched them probably for the first time in 10 years.
Really?
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Larry Bow is sure to finish at least 10 games over 500.
Struck him right on out of there. Could this be Ron Mechie revisited? 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts for Kevin Millwood, and that'll bring on Gary Sheffield.
I think a lot of the fans here, as you see this fastball by Millwood, right on by Marcus Giles, but a lot of the fans here just looking around and taking it all in, and memories that they've had, games they've seen here, heartbreaks and thrills.
1 strike to Sheffield. He's hitting at .329. He's the 5th leading hitter in the league. One of the toughest hitters in the league to strike out. 4th in the league in runs, tied for 2nd in RBIs. 2nd in road batting average. 6th in on-base percentage. 5th in slugging percentage. Other than that, he hasn't had a very good year. He's thrown out, and Millwood has a quick 1-2-3 inning. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After 1/2, Braves nothing. Phil's coming to bat.
To my oldest son, I leave the chateau on the French Riviera. To my only daughter, the Manhattan penthouse. To my youngest son, I bequeath 150 acres of uninhabitable swampland.
Terrible. Yes!
With its amazing four-wheel drive capabilities, Jeep Grand Cherokee can make even the most unappealing terrain a lot more desirable. Check one out today.
When you think about the most important moments in your life, what were you wearing? Every man should own at least one suit. We invite you to buy yours from us.
100% wool suits, starting at $200.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Men's Warehouse. To contact the store nearest you, call 1-800-776-SUIT.
Did not score in the top of the first. Larry Bowe's starting lineup for the Phillies. Well, brought to you by Budweiser. Marlon Byrd in center field leads off. Jimmy Rollins shortstop bats second. Bobby Abreu right field hitting third. Jim Thome first base bats fourth. Mike Lieberthal catching hitting fifth. Pat Burrell left field bats sixth. Chase Utley second base hitting seventh. Tomas Perez at third base bats eighth. Kevin Millwood the pitcher hitting ninth. Facing the veteran Greg Maddux.
Greg Maddux, 35 starts, 15 wins this year, which is important. 3.97 ERA, a lot of innings, few more hits, only 33 walks in 213 and a third innings, 122 strikeouts.
1.4 walks per nine. That is tops in the National League, and he surpassed Cy Young by winning his 15th game in his last start. 16 consecutive seasons with 15 or more wins.
That is absolutely a phenomenal record.
288 lifetime wins.
And to think he did it, I mean, he did it with a ball club, Atlanta Braves, a lot of that with Atlanta Braves ball club that was not known for his offense. Unlike this year where they are known for their offense, leading the league in a number of departments.
Marlon Byrd leads it off, hitting at .301. Bounced up the middle. That's going to be a base hit to center field. So Marlon Byrd has pretty well assured himself of hitting 300 this year. He came in hitting .301. Joining us this afternoon throughout the day from WIP will be Anthony Gargano. Anthony, how you doing?
Hey, Harry. It's an honor to be here on this last day. A sad day, Harry. My whole childhood was spent here.
All right, Anthony. It's great to have you with us, and there will be many fond memories of Veterans Stadium.
I'm going to cry, Harry.
I hear you. Here is J-Roll. J-Roll hitting at .264. Maddux has not fared well against the Phillies this year. The Phillies have beaten him 3 times. 3 of his 11 losses have come to the Phils, and his ERA this year against the Phillies, 9.45.
He's given up
on Maddox-like numbers.
21 earned runs in 20 innings. Lifetime 12-8 against him.
Lost to Padilla 16-2 at Veterans, 16-2 at Veterans Stadium. To Padilla, Turner 8-1, and to Myers at Turner 8-3. A pitch out and nothing is on. 1-0 the count to J-Roll.
Should say lifetime 12-8 against the Phillies at the Vet. Overall, 27-17.
There goes Byrd. Called strike. The throw sails, stolen base. Marlon Byrd, number 11 for Byrd.
That's one thing you can do against Greg Maddux. You can run. He is not adept at holding base runners, and Marlon Byrd with a good jump. Javi Lopez, another, I shouldn't say surprise. Bobby Cox has said he wants Lopez's bat in the lineup in the playoffs. Henry Blanco is usually Maddox's catcher, but he's now in the last few starts thrown to Lopez.
Well, with Lopez in the lineup, you've got a guy that is the all-time leading catcher hitting home runs in a season. He broke Todd Hundley's record of 41 when he hit his 43rd. One of them was a pinch hitter, so he's hit 42 as a catcher.
Yeah, you don't want to lose a
Blanco. You're hitting basically at the Mendoza line.
109 RBIs also for Lopez.
Maddux wanted that one, didn't get it from Jerry Crawford. 2-2 the count to Jimmy Rollins. Birthday wishes to Joey Contino watching the game from Dad Michael, who is here at Veterans Stadium, from Grandmom and Grandpop, and from us to Joey Contino. Ground ball first base. That's going to move the runner. Fick has trouble with it, but makes the unassisted put out. But that moves Bird to third base, where with one out, it will bring up Bobby Abreu, who's looking for his 100th RBI.
Big RBI yesterday for Bobby Abreu on his double in the gap that ties the game. Jimmy Rollins comes in to score. The Braves need to win today to assure themselves of home field advantage. If they were to lose and the Giants win, the Giants would have home field advantage. A game that the Giants have to make up, or were supposed to make up tomorrow, will not be made up.
I'm not sure Dusty Baker wants to, or rather Felipe Alou wants to make that game up anyhow. No. In New York, if the Giants do have to make up that game, I think Felipe is sending all minor leaguers to New York.
It's not going to be made up. They've already decided that it will not be made up.
Be made up?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why Bobby Cox was saying before the game that, you know, he said, we need to win this game. He said, obviously, he wants rather have 4 games at his park than the opponent's park.
One strike to Abreu. He's a lifetime .333 hitter against Maddox. And Bobby is 6th in the league in hitting with runners in scoring position, hitting .359 with runners in scoring position.
The Braves back in the infield, with the exception of DeRosa at third. Bobby needs to put the ball in play. A ground ball up the middle to the middle infielder will get him that 100th RBI.
This is an off-speed pitch, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curveball from Greg Maddux. Birthday wishes to Pearson Squibb of Birdsboro, who celebrated his 101st on Wednesday. Which is from Ruth, Helen, and June. That should get the run home. Abreu knocks in his 100th run of the year as the Phillies take a 1-0 lead here in the first inning.
Talk about a manufactured run, a base hit up the middle to lead it off, a stolen base. Jimmy Rollins does a good job of getting him to third. And
look at this reception for Jim Thome.
No question.
Look at this reception for Jim Thome, the National League leader in home runs, 47, second in RBIs.
It's tough not to stand up and clap for the big man, really.
Talked to Michael Jack Schmidt before the game. I said, Michael, your home run record's in jeopardy here this afternoon. He said he'll hit one the first time up. Schmidt holds the Phillies record with 48 homers in 1980. Thome with 47 of them. 1 ball and 1 strike. Does not have Maddux in his book. He is 2 for 12 lifetime against Greg Maddux. Maddux, one of the few pitchers he doesn't have in his book. 2 balls and a strike.
This is how he got it close. First pitch off of Mike Hampton, a fastball, and he drills it into the right field seats. And then off of Canane later in the game, his second home run. He has been something.
Missing inside, 3-1 to Thome.
MVP Thome.
Ooh, look out, Tony Scott. I'll tell you, as a coach, that's why Tony Scott still stands well behind that first base coaching box with Thome up there.
Even Vukovic at third base the other way is way back.
It is a full count to Jim Thome. Bounced up the middle, and Greg Maddux, who fields his position with the best of them, makes the play. But the Phillies are on the board, scoring a run on one hit. No errors and none left after one. Phil's 1, Braves nothing.
The Hyundai Santa Fe, a comparison. More standard features than a Ford Escape XLS, all for over $1,300 less when comparably equipped. And only the Santa Fe is protected by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like we have a winner. Test drive the Hyundai Santa Fe, nicely equipped for just $17,044 at your Hyundai dealer. Hurry into the Hyundai winning season clearance and get $1,000 cash back or 0% APR through September 30th.
At Philip Morris USA, we understand that people want to know what actions we're taking on important tobacco issues. We'd like to show you some of what we're doing. We've voluntarily removed our ads from the back covers of all magazines and significantly reduced our magazine advertising. And we continue to be the major sponsor of the We Card program that trains clerks to check for ID to help prevent kids from buying cigarettes. To date, over 900,000 We Card training and resource kits have been distributed to retailers nationwide. And on our website, you can access the Parent Resource Center that offers practical information and advice from experts on how parents can talk to their kids about not smoking. You'll also find information on the serious health effects of smoking and links to sites that can help smokers quit. For more information, visit philipmorrisusa.com or call for a printed copy of excerpts from our website.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Big, juicy pieces of all-white breast meat, now with fewer crumbs. Get a party size for just $6.99 or an individual size for just $1.99. New, bigger, better popcorn chicken, only from KFC.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority. The Phillies may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies. Final game at Veterans Stadium. It's time to start thinking about Citizens Bank Park, the state-of-the-art element baseball and entertainment experience. Real grass and dirt, close seating for all fans. It's going to be a great venue for Phillies baseball. For information on 2004 premium or season tickets, call 215-463-5000. Right, leading off for the Atlanta Braves here in the second will be Chipper Jones. 1 ball and no strikes to Chipper. 106 RBIs, tied for 9th in the league in runs batted in. He's 10th in the league in on-base percentage. And he hits one in the hole, a base hit to right field. So Chipper is now 5 for 8 off his hunting buddy, Kevin Millwood. Well, standing by outside Veterans Stadium is Ron Burke, our Comcast Sportsnet colleague and the host of Phillies Weekly. Ron, how you doing? How's it look out there?
Hey, it looks good out here, Harry. The ticket takers are staying busy, which is a good thing. Fans are continuing to come in, and I expect they'll be doing that over the course of the next few innings at least, as everybody wants to get a piece of this great moment in Vet Stadium history. So fans are still coming in, but what we'll be doing over the course of this game is taking you from the Vet, essentially, in a figurative way, to the new Citizens Bank Park, which when you stand here on the concourse looks a lot closer than it does when you're far away from the new structure. It'd probably be a good Jim Thome blast and then some, maybe a little bit more than that, to get you from this location here to there, but it simply looks like an extension of this parking lot. It's a beautiful building, and coming up a little later on during the game, I'll be taking you beyond those walls, inside Citizens Bank Park, as we get a look at what the Phillies have to look forward to in April 2004. One thing you have to remember is your gear. I got my hard hat ready, and we'll be bringing you that a little later on. Harry?
All right, thank you, Ron. As Andrew Jones has followed Chipper with a base hit, and the Braves have their first 2 men on base here in the second inning for Javi Lopez. Javi hitting at .327, 43 homers, 109 RBIs. Against the guy that he formerly caught, Kevin Millwood, he's 3 for 8 with 2 home runs. 18th anniversary wishes of Sal and Kathy Cirilani of Havertown, from Tom and Lena Canali, and from us to Sal and Kathy Cirilani. 1 strike to Javi. Ground ball, fair ball, nice grab Tomas. Only one play, no chance. Infield single. Javi Lopez.
Well, he's so close to being a double play. If it's maybe a foot closer to Tomas and he doesn't have to dive, but he makes a nice play, does Tomas, down the line, knocks this ball down, catches it, and just does what he can to get it over there. Javi got down that line pretty good. Tommy keeps the ball in front of him, so Chipper not allowed to advance. The base is loaded.
Robert Fick, who's hitting at 266. Good career numbers against Millwood. 5 for 12, 1 strike to him. 23rd birthday wishes to Linda Sherman Durrell from Mom, Dad, and from us to Linda Sherman Durrell on this September 28th. We'd like to send our very best to Isabel McKee. Hope Isabel's feeling better real soon, which is from husband Jack and from us to Isabel. High ball left field. That's going to get a run home. Burrow makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Chipper Jones. No play at the plate. The throw comes into third. And it's a 1-1 game on the sac fly by Robert Fick. Andrew holds at second base and Javi Lopez at first, and the batter will be Mark DeRosa. Hitting at 260. Here's a last-minute insertion in Bobby Cox's lineup, replacing Vinny Castilla. Castilla has a bruised middle finger on the right hand. I'm going to make sure Vinny's well for the opening of the playoffs, and these Braves will open the playoffs on Tuesday against the Chicago Cubs.
And DeRosa in yesterday's game took a rare caller against the Phillies at an 0 for 5. He has hit the Phillies pretty well in his couple of years with the Braves.
Ida Sparks celebrating a 100th birthday on this September 28th. Happy 100th, Ida. 2 balls and a strike to DeRosa. Pops a foul, out of play. 2-2 the count to DeRosa. Frank Campanaro celebrating a birthday. He was a bat boy in the 50s for the Philadelphia Whiz Kids. Andrew Jones is second. Javi Lopez at first with 1 out. Breaking ball misses, a full count. Leo Mellon celebrating his 73rd birthday in Fox Chase, Pennsylvania. Lines a foul. We'll pause for station identification on the Phillies Television Network.
You're watching UPN 57 WPSG TV in Philadelphia.
Count to Mark DeRosa with a run across, 2 men on base, 1 out. Line drive, base hit, center field. Bird out in a hurry, and the runner's going to hold at third base. Tomey saves that ball from going toward the Phillies dugout, and the bases are loaded.
Hit too hard. Andrew Jones, when the ball was hit, looked back to make sure that Marlon Byrd wasn't going to have a chance to catch it. Marlon Byrd gets on in a hurry, but threw it very wide of the mound. Jim Thome makes a nice play. You see Andrew hesitates just a second. No chance to score on the hard hit ball.
That'll bring on Greg Maddux. He's hitting at 152. Strike to Maddux. 87th birthday wishes to Florence Leisner of Northeast Philly. Florence wishes from her family. She attended the last game with Connie Mack, the first game here at the Vet. Florence celebrating her 87th right here in the last game at Veterans Stadium. 0-2 the count to Maddox. And 2 strikes. 83rd birthday wishes to Sarah Erdbrink of Audubon Park, longtime Phillies fan. From her family, grandson, great-grandsons, and great-great-grandsons, all of whom are here at the Vet for this final game at Veterans Stadium. Miles it back off into the upper deck. 1-2 the count to Maddox.
A lot of cameras out. Brady wants to show that they were here for the last game.
And a sold-out house here at Veterans Stadium for the final game. Maddox trying to bunt for a base hit, bunting foul, so he is a strikeout victim. Maddox trying to use a little trickery here, and it failed, Greg. 2 down, and it'll bring on Rafael Furcal.
Same 2 strikes. He just tried to get that bat out and push it down that third baseline for a base hit. Tomas was back behind the bag.
And here's Furcal. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 run in, 1-1 game here in the second. 1 strike to Furcal. 80th birthday wishes to Beatrice Becker of Yardley. Beatrice, 80 years young, wishes from her family and from us. Field, Bobby Abreu there. That'll retire the side. Braves tie with a run in the inning. Could have been worse. They had 4 hits, no errors, and leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the second. Phil's 1, Atlanta 1.
Any way you want it. That's the way you'll get your new Focus. Your Quality Plus Ford dealers are bringing you one of Car and Driver's 10 best. Ford Focus with up to $3,000 cash back or 0% financing for 6 years. Plus, get a 5-year, 100,000-mile extended service plan. Focus with up to $3,000 cash back or 0% financing for 6 years. Never before has there been a deal like this. These deals end September 30th. See your Quality Plus Ford dealers now.
What's up, man? Carson Daly. Going backstage to see the band.
And on the list.
Yeah, cute.
Said no.
Oh, what up, dog? Yeah. Go on, player.
I'm with him. Me too. We're with him.
AOL Inside gets you behind the scenes with Hillary Duff and Michelle Branch. Go to inside.aol.com and add them to your buddy list today. Life needs connections.
Well, that's the last of it.
The original rugged Nissan Pathfinder. And coming soon, the new full-size Pathfinder Armada. Two Pathfinders, countless adventures.
After 1.5 innings of play, Phil's 1 and Atlanta 1. Tomorrow at 7 on UPN 57. Doug and Carrie's perfect life goes up in flames when her father moves in on the King of Queens. Tomorrow night at 7 on UPN 57. Well, Veterans Stadium, the concession stands in 1971, the first year of this ballpark.
Probably looked a little different.
They look like this. Concession stands in 71, and Anthony Gargano is with a couple of concessionaires here at Veterans Stadium. Anthony.
Hey, Harry. Now, this is the food that we've been eating at the vet for so long. And these are the gals that have served us. Meet Josephine.
I see this place go up, and I'm going to see this place go down. I'm working 33 years here.
And here's Mary.
And I've been here 25 years, and all my family work here. And we've been happy all the time we've been here.
I'm in good hands, Harry.
Anthony, you're really in good hands. And those are the great people behind the scenes that have made this place such a beautiful, beautiful venue for Phillies baseball. People like those two lovely ladies, Anthony.
That's exactly right, Harry. I'm going to have a hot dog.
Anthony got to send some of that food up this way.
You got it, L.A.
There was a nice play by Mark DeRossi. Looked like Vinny Castilla on that play. It was played a brilliant third base. And here is Pat Burrell. Burrell hitting at 207. You'd have to think that Mark DeRosa saw some games here at the vet as a kid, being a Penn Quaker, and Pat Burrell going to try to leg it to second, and he's going to make it to second base. A double for Pat Burrell.
Got out in front of a breaking ball from Maddox. A little bit off into the bat, but just over the head of a leaping DeRosa. 31st double of the season for Burrell. And he goes hard right out of the blocks. You see DeRosa just about 6 inches short of it, down into the corner. Chipper cuts it off and makes a strong throw to second. Burrell in just ahead of the tag.
One thing's certain, those balls aren't going to get back to the fence against Chipper unless they hit the fence. He plays as deep a left field as any left fielder in the league.
I mean, with the left-handed hitter up there like Utley, more of a singles-type hitter, and look how deep Chipper is.
Really? Plays deep for everybody. It's about 10 feet in front of the warning track. 1 ball and no strikes to Chase Utley, who's hitting at 244. One strike. One to Chase Utley with Tomas Perez waiting on deck. Bounce to second base. Giles will take care of Chase Utley. Moving up to third is Burrell. Well, on this date, September 28th, back in 1958, my late great partner, L.A., His Whiteness had 3 hits at Pittsburgh to assure himself of the batting crown back in 1958 when he hit .350 and edged out who else but Willie Howard Mays for the batting crown.
.350.
It stayed in 1958. Thanks to Skip Memory Lane Clayton for that information about Whiteness. 1 ball and no strikes to Tomas Perez. Yeah, he sure is. He sure is. Two 2-0 to Tomas Perez. 1-1 game here in the bottom of the second.
There's the number 1.
And he certainly will be with us in the new ballpark. Ashburn Alley in the new ballpark as Tomas Perez is thrown out and the Phillies are down here in the second. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We move to the third. Phil's 1, Braves 1.
Haven't you always wanted to own a piece of Vet Stadium? It's like owning a piece of history. It's like owning a piece of my soul. And now you can by purchasing a pair of authentic, vintage Vet Stadium seats. Each pair of seats comes with its own certificate of authenticity, and each carries the unique patina that can only come with the passage of time. Mustard.
Vet Stadium seats are on sale now. Call 215-463-1000 or visit Phillies.com.
It's clearance time on the biggest selection of Toyota cars. There's still time to get amazing clearance values on the always stylish, always surprising 2003 Camry. Your choice, $1,000 cash back or 0% APR. And make the time to check out the sleek and sexy Solara. Toyota time. The time is now.
Why the Webbers should choose us for local phone service. Let me tell you a little bit about our sales team. Here's a puppy-wuppy dog for the kids. There's Larry, Bernice, oops, this is such a lovely lawn. They care about you. You over there, the neighbors, we only come around once every couple of hours.
The best part about Pennsylvania phone competition? It's your choice.
The Webbers. I think you see the earnestness in my eyes.
Time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. If you're the first to correctly answer, you'll win a Phillies prize pack. Please submit your answer in the subject area. Leave your name and address to receive your prize. Today's Dodge Stump the Fans trivia quiz. That's the Phillies' all-time record at Veterans Stadium. Heading into this final game at the Vet. The answer and winner will be revealed in the 7th inning. If you're looking for memories of the Vet and your own keepsake from Veterans Stadium, on sale now. Vet Stadium seats complete with mounting brackets sold in pairs for $280. For information, call 215-463-1000 or online at Phillies.com. Marcus Giles lofts the ball to deep right, but Bobby Abreu is out there in front of the warning track. 1 out on 1 pitch. And it'll bring up Gary Sheffield. He grounded to short his first time up. 3rd inning, 1-1 game.
Not a whole lot of scoreboard watching to do today.
Now everything is settled in Major League Baseball. The playoffs will pit in the American League, Minnesota against the New York Yankees. Boston against Oakland. Popped him up. Mike Lieberthal drops it. Where was Pete Rose when we needed it?
You know what? That was almost the identical play. Tommy was coming in and kind of slowed down a little bit. You see Lieberthal, I think, was a little leery of getting too close to that top step. Puts his glove down, and it looked like the last second he might have just taken his eye off it. But that does. It looked like Booney going over there, just waiting for Pete to come up with it. Here's the play.
There it is.
Pops out, and there's Pete.
Lieberthal is going to get an error on the play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sheffield. Rounded up the middle. Oh, what a year Sheffield's having. He is the 1-out base runner for Chipper Jones.
There's Bob Boone over in front of the dugout. And Pete Rose there to make the catch. Lieberthal in front of the dugout. No Pete.
Here's Chipper Jones. Chipper singled and scored the Braves run his first time up. 1 strike to Chipper Jones. National League playoffs will have these Braves against the Chicago Cubs and the Florida Marlins in San Francisco. It's going to be great for Skip Carey, the fine broadcaster for the Atlanta Braves. There's a high fly ball into center field. Marlon Byrd has it lined up. Chipper's retired for out number 2. Skip will be reunited with his son Chip, who does the Cubs games. And of course, the great Harry Carey will be looking down on him from above. Here's Andrew Jones. He singled his first time up. And missed by much. 1 ball and no strikes to Andrew Jones. On the count to Andrew Jones. Chopped foul, a ball and 2 strikes. First base, Gary Sheffield with 2 outs. Left in the air to right center. Bobby Abreu has it lined up. He makes the running catch. No runs, a hit, an error, and 1 left. Coming back, we will visit the PA booth where Dan Baker, the great PA announcer, Paul Richardson and company hold forth, and we'll go to the bottom of the third, 1-1.
Sauteed onions and American cheese on a hoagie roll. The new authentic Philly cheesesteak at McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's.
Is clearance month at your Dodge dealers. It's your chance to make 0 down payment, 0 payments for 6 months, and get 0% APR financing or cash allowances up to $5,250, which includes $750 for military personnel. Plus, get Dodge's 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. 0 in on all the savings during September clearance month, now through September 30th. See your Dodge dealer for the best values in America.
Baseball is brought to you by Budweiser. The best things in life are the things that are true. Budweiser. And by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Well, let's go inside Citizens Bank Park. Coming up nicely, that'll be the Phillies venue for 2004. It's going to be a state-of-the-art ballpark. Grass and dirt field. Great seating for all fans for Phillies baseball.
Some great memories here at Veterans Stadium. Next year, start making some new memories at Citizens Bank Park.
Here's Kevin Millwood to lead off for the Phils in a 1-1 game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kevin Millwood. Having a 1 to Kevin. Ball game. Coming into the count to Kevin Millwood.
And happy birthday today to Suzanne Hack, the mother of a couple of Veterans Stadium cameramen, Marty and Mike Miller. Happy birthday, Suzanne.
Wonderful job she did in raising those boys. Mike and Marty, 1 down. Anthony Gargano is with us today, and he is now in the PA booth. Anthony.
Hey, Harry. I'm here in the PA booth with one of our legends.
Anthony, how are you?
Oh, Dan, it's great to see you. What are you going to miss most about this place?
Well, the memories. I met my wife here. My children, Darren and Courtney, worked here. The Phillies won a World Championship here. 2 All-Star games, 3 World Series, about a half a dozen League Championship Series. I'm waiting for more of the same over at Citizens Bank Park.
Here you go, but this is a special place for you. I know it is.
Absolutely, as it is for all Philadelphians. Great Phillies memories, great Eagles memories at Philadelphia Veterans Stadium.
Thanks, Harry.
All right, thank you, Anthony, with Phillies' great PA announcer, Dan Baker, who really does a tremendous job here.
It's going to be funny to not hearing Dan Baker's voice at Veterans Stadium, hearing it at Citizens Bank. I mean, you come in here and every announcement you hear, you recognize that voice of being Veterans Stadium voice.
Alex has fallen behind Marlon Byrd, who singled and scored the Phillies' run his first time up. Stole a base. Three balls and a strike.
They're walking around this morning, out in the bullpen, in the clubhouse, back in the ground crew room, and just visualizing things and the memories we've had.
Chopped over the head of DeRosa. Another hit for Byrd. Is he going to try for 2? Nope. And let's pick up the Phillies' fine PA announcer, Dan Baker.
Phillies shortstop Jimmy Rollins.
Great job he's done over the years. Here's J-Roll, grounded out his first time up. Byrd stole second in the first inning, leading to the Phillies' run. Alex is going to keep an eye on him. Strike to Jimmy Rollins. Byrd at first base with 1 out. Marlon Byrd gets back. Marlon's stolen base was his 11th this year. He's only been thrown out 1 time. Ground ball. Oh, that hit the runner. And that saved, it hit Fick first and then hit the runner, and that saved a hit when Marlon Byrd was hit by the ball. They get Jimmy Rollins at first base.
Marlon tries to jump. He would have been over the ball had Fick not deflected it. As it was, Fick does a nice job recovering after it deflects off of Marlon Byrd. They would have had a first and third.
Bobby Abreu knocked in the Phillies' run with a ground out. It was his 100th RBI. And the box is it to bunt. 1 ball and no strikes to Abreu. So Abreu has knocked in 100. He needs to score 1 more to score 100. And putting good numbers on the board, 8th in the league in on-base percentage. 2-0. One game here in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 balls and a strike. The playoff team's already decided. The only scoreboard watching, I guess, will involve those Detroit Tigers.
They just tied it up. They were down 2-1.
They're trying to avert their 120th loss this year, which would tie that infamous 62 New York Mets team for the most losses in baseball history. Base hit center field. Bird rounding third. Andrew Jones throw. Not in time. Abreu knocks in his 101st, and the Phillies take a 2-1 lead.
Bobby Abreu comes into the game at .299 with 99 RBIs. They should go over 300 now on it. 1 for 2 and 101 RBIs. Long throw by Andrew, but Marlon Byrd a good jump off the base hit.
And it'll bring on Jim Thome. He grounded back to the mound his first time up. Phillies take a 2-1 lead here in the third. 1-0 to Thome.
It's amazing. You can hear Maddox upset with himself, yelling at himself. I mean, this guy is a perfectionist. And you just about have to be to do what he's done of 16 straight years of 15 or more wins.
Two balls and no strikes to Jim Thome. And a strike to Jim Thome. With a 2-0 changeup.
Yep, and that's what he can do. I mean, he can throw any pitch, his repertoire, any time in a count.
Yeah, you can't sit on a fastball, certainly. 2-2 to Thome.
When you talk about an artist in any form, Mike Maddox, or Greg Maddox, is an artist with that baseball. He can paint, he can make the ball do just about anything he wants it to do, and throw it just about anywhere he wants to throw it on any given pitch.
Wild pitch. Abreu moves up to second base. So Maddox courts a wild pitch.
Javi Lopez goes down to block it. Gets that glove down, but it just rolls up his glove and off his shoulder. Skims away from him. Bobby down to second.
Only the third wild pitch this year for Maddox. So Abreu in scoring position. It is a full count to Jim Thome. He struck him out and that'll retire the side. But the Phils take the lead with a run in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, leaving 1. Chris Wheeler and John Kruk come your way in the 4th at the end of 3. 2-1 Phillies.
This is it, your last chance. Now during the September clearance at your Chrysler dealer. One last chance to get a 2003 Chrysler at great savings, like nothing down, no payments for 6 months, and no interest financing. Or choose up to $4,250 in cash allowances, which includes an extra $750 for military personnel. Plus, get our transferable 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. This could be your last chance to zero in on these savings. So let us prove we've got the best values in America. See your Chrysler dealer today.
Well, my old bank had branches that were open 7 days a week. It had them in Jenkintown, in Abington, in Willow Grove, which is great if you live in Jenkintown, in Abington, in Willow Grove. I live in Glenside.
Close your eyes while we change into something more comfortable. redesigned 2004 Nissan Sentra with a great lease price of only $159 a month. Available at your Nissan dealer now.
And back at Veterans Stadium, a 2-1 ball game. The Phillies lead this one, and everybody's asking me this all day. What are you feeling right now?
You know, a little sadder than I thought I would. You know, you hate to see this place come down, but then again, you're the excitement of a new ballpark. But you know, they play 162 games, and this is one of the last one on the schedule. They got to play it, and here we are with the Phillies taking the lead.
Yeah, and it's a good ball game, as you thought it might be, with Millwood and Maddox out there and moving right along as we go to the fourth inning. Phil's with a 2-1 lead. And boy, they played a fundamental game in the first 3 innings that Larry Baugh has to say, would you please do this from the start next year? Jimmy Rollins pulling a couple balls the way that he wants him to. It's like, let this just go over to next year. Javi Lopez fouls one off into the press box, right side.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, too, when your leadoff hitter's on base twice.
Right.
The first 2 at-bats.
And you have that hole to shoot at. He has an infield base hit down the third base line. Nice play by Tomas Perez. What a year this guy's had. 43 homers, 42 as a catcher. A new record, breaking Todd Lindley's record of 41. And Javi takes it on the outside corner of strike. It'll be Lopez, Fick, DeRosa, and then Greg Maddox due to bat fourth. He's going to be the third pitcher in the playoffs for the Braves, so nobody up in their bullpen, as Hampton just went a couple innings yesterday.
Well, and the third game will be his regular turn in the rotation, 4 days rest. Throw Mad Dog out there for a few more innings.
Yeah. Lopez rips one to right field. This will go to the wall. Bobby Abreu on one hop. He might have a play, and just in at second base with a double is Lopez, Javi's 29th of the year. Well, our man around the vet today, Anthony Gargano's over there with a guy we affectionately called the Maestro for a lot of years. Paul Richardson. Anthony, go ahead.
Hey, Wheels, how you doing? I am here with the Maestro, Paul Richardson, the man responsible for the great sounds of Veterans Stadium.
The world's oldest child prodigy. I've been here since Connie Mack, you know. Hey, listen, to me, this is the new ballpark, you know. Hey, I came here in 1970, Connie Mack, and we moved over here in 71. And listen, I don't get to hear you all the time. You're on too early in the morning for me. We're night people over here, man.
Well, you know, you crazy musicians. That's all about you.
Well, and I've been here till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. You know that, don't you? And my job is, I'm supposed to play Goodnight Sweetheart at the end of the game, baby.
Goodnight Sweetheart from Paul.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wheels.
All right, Anthony.
Let's see you guys.
There is Paul Richardson over there, who also had a stint as the organist at Yankee Stadium. There's a base hit by Robert Fick, so the Braves coming right back, and Marlin, he can't quite find Jim Thome, can he, in the middle of the diamond today, Johnny? You've been there in that situation.
Yeah, he's cut one. He's that one there was a screwball. I mean, he's got all his pitches working.
That's Paul Richardson.
Oh man,
when he was
it's back when you guys were teenagers.
Right. Well, I started out working in the booth right next to him in the old scoreboard room over there with Denny Lehman, and one of my jobs was to yell, "Hold it!" when we had to make a PA announcement. So he got sick of hearing that over the years. There's Paul in the early days.
Quite the snappy dresser back then, wasn't
really?
he?
Yeah, well, he's going to do a wedding right after that. Runners at the corners and nobody out for Mark DeRosa, who got a base hit his first time up. That's a swing, says Jerry Crawford. Oh, man. That hit DeRosa. But I think, didn't Jerry say he swung, or was it a foul?
I think he did. Commit to the swing, and looked like it hit him in the right hand.
That's the last thing they need to do right now, is to lose a valuable player like Mark DeRosa in the last game of the regular season. And now Jerry and Bobby Cox are talking about it right now, and Cox has got his player down on the ground, but I'm sure he called this a swing.
I mean, his bottom hand came off the bat, and he went across home plate. That's a tough swing to call for a home plate umpire, but there you see it. It hit him right in the, like right in the meat part of his right hand.
Oh boy.
There's not, well, we say the meat part of the right hand. There's not much meat on a hand. Well, unless of course they're mine, but
That's where you can really break a hand, too, on a play like that. Now, Bobby Cox might be bringing a pinch runner out for DeRosa.
Or pinch hitter.
Or pinch hitter, I mean, yeah, because, they did call that a strike. They're not going to appeal to Honora at first base either, it would appear. That's Garcia. Jesse Garcia, I believe, going to come out. And Mark DeRosa is going to have to go get that hand iced up. And Garcia is going to inherit an 0-1 count.
And that's the fear of this time of year when the teams clinch their division and, playing out the string of games. And Bobby Cox sits down there and hopes and prays that no one gets hurt. And, yesterday he lost Darren Holmes to a rotator cuff injury, and Ray King had to leave the game with what Bobby told me before the game was just a knot in his shoulder. Yeah. He should be fine, but now possibly they could lose Mark DeRosa as a valuable backup player. That's not the way Bobby envisioned coming to Philadelphia to finish the season.
No. Well, here comes Jesse Garcia off the bench. Gives us a chance to send best wishes along for a speedy recovery to Stan Cullen, recuperating from bypass surgery. You can see Bobby doesn't want to yell at Jerry Crawford today. This is one of those days where you just want to get out of here. So he was not happy with what just happened at home plate, but he just walked away.
He told me before the game he'd love to stay around for the ceremonies after, but he said 20 minutes, they're out of here.
Yeah, they're going to go get just like what the Phillies did in Cincinnati last year, or 2 years ago. No, it was last year. The Phillies closed down Cincinnati ballpark and got out of there quick. So Bobby marks off the lineup card, and the first guy off the bench today is Jesse Garcia. Also, happy birthday today, very special birthday wishes to Ruth Stiles, 79th birthday, mom of Mary Sue Stiles Owens. Mary Sue at the ballpark today, one of the original ball girls here. So happy birthday to you, Ruth, watching the game over there in South Jersey. We send our best along to you, and it was great to see Susie again today. Garcia hooks one into left field, and that's a base hit. That'll tie it. Stopping at second is Fick. So Garcia comes right off the bench, pinch hitting for Mark DeRosa, and scores Javi Lopez. 3 straight hits for the second inning in the game off Millwood and a run.
Kevin throws a slider out over the plate, and Garcia, he couldn't have been too loose. You don't expect to come in the third inning as a pinch hitter, fourth inning as a pinch hitter. And, he just got the slider away and threw his bat out there, and that's what happens. You swing enough times, you're bound to make contact sooner or later. Dumps it over Jimmy's head, knocks in Javi, and we got another tie game.
Greg Maddox will be up there to bunt. Runners at first and second, Fick and Garcia. Oh, well, he handles the bat pretty well. Johnny, how about he has 1,260 at-bats?
That means he's logged a lot of innings, and he's kept himself in a lot of games because, like you said, he can handle the bat. But you look at his, this situation. He had 2 strikes last at bat with the bases loaded, and he tried to bunt and struck out. And now with first and second, no outs, he wants to swing.
So. And he gets a perfect bunt down. Millwood to Chase Utley covering. Sacrifice 1-4 on the play. Runners at second and third with 1 out. And our other reporter on the scene right now over at Citizens Bank Park, here's Ron Burke.
Hey, thank you, Wheels. We are inside. When this place is completed, it will seat 43,000. There are some of those first sets of seats that have gone in the third deck, the upper deck here at the park. As I'm standing here just behind home plate in left field, they have the red steel frame up where that beautiful scoreboard will go. Beyond the open area in center field is going to be a beautiful shot there, beautiful look of Center City, Philadelphia. This is a park that is well positioned, and the Phillies really have something to look forward to when they come in to play home games starting in April. Right now, it's a whole lot quieter in here than it is where you guys are at the Vet. That'll change, I think, in about 6 months or so. If you're real quiet right now, you can hear the rattling of cups and boxes and some plastic, some tarpaulins blowing in the breeze. Speaking of which, I should say before I go, the wind on occasion is blowing pretty stiffly in from center field, so it's not a good day to play a baseball game here today. So you guys, Wheels, are in the right place today.
Thank you, Ray. Yeah, it's a good day if you're a pitcher, I guess, with that wind's blowing in.
Yeah, too bad there ain't a pitcher's mound out there.
This guy's got some seat up there with the fireworks area. Runners at second and third, 1 out now for Rafael Forcal. The Braves trying to take the lead. Phillies with the infield back in the middle, up at the corners, and Millwood now works a 3-0 count. to the leadoff batter with Marcus Giles on deck. Game tied at 2 here in the 4th inning. Braves really want to win this game and finish with the best record. Swing and a miss. Boy, swinging 3-0 there. And the pitch, it looked like it might have been ball 4, 3-1.
And you wonder how much the Braves are in this. Why would Rafael Furcal be swinging 3-0 with Marcus Giles, who has 20 homers, he's hitting 316 or 315 or whatever up next? And Gary Sheffield forgot the outs last inning.
Fouled away. Yeah, I mean, they're in it and they're not. I know what your point is. They obviously they want to win to get the best record. There's Sheffield. But, their mind is, boy, this is a big crowd here today. This is someday. We got to get a shower, get on the buses, and get out of here.
Well, and I've been in both ends of this deal here where, one you're playing out the string, the other you're playing for something. And, I think the Braves are in position right now. They've done it so many years. They're looking forward to the postseason.
Fly ball, center field, certainly deep enough to score Fick. Marlon Byrd puts it away. Fick comes home. Into third goes Jesse Garcia, and the Braves regain the lead at 3-2. Give Rafael Furcal his 61st run batted into the year.
Maybe that's why he was swinging 3-0. Yeah, that's why Bobby Cox is a smart manager. And we're just two dummies sitting up here talking about him. Well, one dummy sitting up here talking about him.
Well, we had a shot of Coxie in the dugout, though, Johnny, and he kind of looked like, what was he doing swinging 3-0?
Well, he might have forgot what the count was. I mean, you see pitchers all the time. They look in and ask what the count is, and they're throwing the ball. Maybe Rafi forgot the count.
Well, he got the run in. Now a runner at third and 2 outs for Marcus Giles, who struck out flying deep to right. Breaking ball over for a strike.
Was this planned, or is this one of these things that just happened by coincidence? And a Philadelphia native, Jerry Crawford, calling the last game ever at the Vet.
I think they planned it because his daddy Shag had the first game here behind the plate. And there's a lot of neat stuff going on here today. Well, I want to tell you, that choked me up a little bit seeing Shag come walking out with Jerry before the game. They're Havertown guys, Delaware County guys. And Shag, a tremendous umpire for so long, and Jerry recognized as one of the best ever in the National League. And his brother Joey, a terrific NBA official. Down low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
You watch the way Kevin's pitching Marcus Giles. He's throwing a lot of breaking balls to get behind 2-1. And Marcus Giles is a dangerous hitter, but I think if you look in that on-deck circuit, you're going to find one of the most dangerous going right now in the National League. You want to see if Marcus can hit him.
Mr. Sheffield waits. Here's the 2-1 on the way to Marcus Giles. And over with a fastball. 2-2.
I just think that's the way you have to approach pitching Marcus Giles. I think you have to keep everything away, even though he hits the ball the other way so well. But it seems like the balls that he hits well the other way are inside pitches that he inside outs. Keep it away and make him use his own power.
And he hits one foul down the third baseline. Tomas Perez throws it over there, but Larry Poncino clearly yelled foul ball. We'll start all over. I'd like to send special 60th wedding anniversaries along to Bob and Mary Moorhead, my former neighbors in the Andorra section of Philadelphia. Happy anniversary, Bob and Mary. 60 years. We'll be over to see you guys real soon once the season ends, which is in a few hours. Two balls and 2 strikes on Giles. And a fly ball pop foul out of play right side.
Is that the neighborhood you used to live by, that guy, before you moved to the country club?
That's exactly right.
Unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
Period. Spent 20 happy years, Johnny, in the Roxborough section of Philadelphia in Andorra. Nice area.
Now you're a country clubber.
Well, a name only. Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball, and he checked on it. And it's 3-2. So he threw a 2-2 breaking ball there with Sheffield on deck and the base open. And now the way you're looking at it, you almost have to challenge him here.
Well, you have to. You can't, unless Kevin feels he can throw his breaking ball for a strike, but he's bounced a couple in this at bat to Giles. The less people are on base when Gary Sheffield comes up, the better.
Braves have a 3-2 lead. Here is a breaking ball, and he walked him. And here comes Sheffield. Well, Live Your Major League Fantasy Commissioner Larry Anderson will be joined by guys like John Kruk, Greg Luzinski, Larry Boa, Dallas Green, Gary Matthews, Mitch Williams, and others for coaching camaraderie in baseball. The Ultimate Baseball Trip, January 2004 in Clearwater, Florida. Premier accommodations, your own authentic Phil's uniform, top-notch instruction, and lots of fun. Participants must be 30 years of age or older. Limited enrollment. For a brochure, 610-520-3400, 610-520-3400. Here's Sheffield, 1 for 2. And misses away. Grounded to short, single to center. What a year Sheffield having, with 39 homers and 131 runs batted in, up among the league leaders in so many categories.
And 18 stolen bases. He's not like a guy you can just say, well, we'll just pitch around him and get the Chipper who has 100, and Andrew has 100, then Hobby has 100. What do you do?
I don't think you call him a stiff in the outfield either.
No, he's a complete player. I mean, he hits for power, he hits for average, he scores runs, he drives in runs, he steals bases. He got a great throwing arm. I mean, you have to say, of all the players in baseball, him and Vladimir Guerrero are probably the two most complete.
Joe Kerrigan to the mound to talk to Kevin Millwood and Mike Lieberthal.
And he doesn't strike out.
No. Well, they only have one guy in their starting lineup struck out more than 100 times, and that's Andrew.
And that's pretty much going to be a given every year. He's going to strike out over 100 times. But, when you can combine power and not striking out, I mean, you're looking at, a lot of guys hit 30, 40 homers. They hit 260, 270 because they strike out.
Oh, does he go to Hackett when he's in an RBI spot and ahead in the count? Throw to second, and they've got Sheffield, and nice job by Utley to get him, and that will end the inning. Gary Sheffield just runs into the final out for some reason, and he knows he made a base runner mistake there, but he does knock in his 132nd run of the year. That's a look down the right field line. That's a stadium club right there. There's Al Holland, Darren Dalton. That's where all the guys are hanging out. Danny Jackson right behind Al Holland there. And we're going to have one of our reporters in there for you right after we come back.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Big, juicy pieces of all-white breast meat, now with fewer crumbs. Get a party size for just $6.99 or an individual size for just $1.99. New, bigger, better popcorn chicken, only from KFC. Create and direct your own TV commercial. Visit KFC.com.
2003 Chevy cars and trucks. The facts are in. Fact, your local Chevy dealer is moving out the 03s. Did we mention we're moving out the 03s? Get 0% APR financing for qualified buyers on every 2003 Chevy except SSR. Or at least $3,500 total cash back on most 2003 Chevy vehicles. Or up to $6,000 total cash back on select Chevy SUVs. Hurry, see your local Chevy dealer while supplies last.
There are places that I know where people they can go to play their favorite games. Let's call it out by name. It's America's game, the one and only Powerball. I'm only gonna tell you one more time. It's America's game, the one and only Powerball. It'll be just like
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Chevy, the cars you can depend on. The cars that last will be there. By the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can win $100,000 a year for the rest of your life. 4-2 game in favor of the Atlanta Braves as we go to the fourth inning. They just got a 3 spot to take a 2-run lead, and Mike Lieberthal will lead it off. Pat Burrell to follow, and then Chase Utley. Mike is grounded at third on a terrific play at the time by Mark DeRosa, who had to leave the game after getting hit by a pitch. Hopefully he's okay. And Jesse Garcia, who pinch hit for him and got a hit, remained in the game at third. He takes it low and outside. Greg Maddux working into his fourth innings. Phillies with a run in the first, a run in the third after Marlon Byrd led off both innings with hits and scored. And Lieberthal cues one. Maddux a great fielder. Lots of gold gloves in his repertoire. Tags him out, one away. Let's head over to that Stadium Club restaurant. Anthony Gargano there with the leader of the 93 Club, Dutch.
Hey, Wills, we are with Dutch, the leader of 93. What's this like for you right now, the closing of this place, your best memory?
Mixed emotions, really. I mean, this was home to me for a lot of years, but it's going to be nice to go to the other yard. But a lot of memories.
You get chills a little bit?
Oh, yeah. It's great to see all the guys that you played with and some of these old farts, too. But it's been quite an experience, quite a weekend.
Thanks, Dutch. Right. Look good. All right, Wills, back to you.
All right, Anthony, thanks. That's your old pal there, huh?
Yeah, and he had to drop one in there, didn't he?
He wasn't referring to you, was he?
I think I am older than him. Yeah. Well, there was a rare sight when they saw Darren walking up the thing. Tommy Green was talking to someone. So, things are back to normal at the vet.
1 ball and no strikes to Pat Burrell, who doubled his first time up. Tommy Green's a friendly guy.
He'll talk to anybody.
Great guy.
Yes, he is.
There he is.
Greeny.
Tommy Green. Still looks like he could pitch, doesn't he? Look at him.
I tell you, talk about a guy that keeps himself in great shape. You know, there's not many of us that do that anymore, really. Once we retire, we let ourselves go a little bit.
Greeny looks great.
There's DJ.
Yeah. Danny Jackson.
There's some mental problems right there. I tell you, that's a fun year. Fun. The most fun human beings should be allowed to have.
Pat Burrell, a fly ball to left field. He didn't get it. Chipper Jones waits under it. 2 out. 2 very valuable members of that starting rotation from 1993. Danny Jackson and Tommy Green. Well, you can own the 75-minute video on the Vet, plus bonus footage, taking a nostalgic look back at the story of Phillies baseball here at the Vet. A place where dreams could come true, hearts could be broken, a place where families could bond, and millions of fans called home. This story is told by the people who loved it, players, fans, and Phillies staff. You can order the DVD for $15. Call toll-free 1-877-GO-PHILS. That's 1-877-GO-PHILS, or online at Phillies.com. Put together by Video Dan Stevenson. Anything Danny does, you'll want to have. It's great. Chase Utley grounded out his first time up. 1-0 over for a strike.
That's going to be an experiment, cleaning up Video Dan's room back there. Down in the lower section of the stadium, his little office down there. Man, you talk about a train wreck. They're going to find living things down there, I guarantee you.
You know what? That makes a college dorm room look nice.
Oh, it looks like a palace.
Oh, it's antiseptic.
It's ridiculous. But he can find everything, so that's the key.
Well, you saying that Danny's a slob, or the people that inhabit it with him?
No, I'm pretty sure that predominantly it's Video Dan.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was funny. You go to, hey, Video, can you get me taping the 91 season? Oh, yeah, it's right over here underneath a bunch of junk, and then there it is. He's amazing.
That's always a key. I mean, just so you can find it.
Well, next year he's going to have problems because everything's going to be in nice, neat order. And I'm sure he'll go over there the day before opening day and destroy the place.
I think that guy's trying to get the wave started. That's great.
Looks like he's ready to play.
Yeah. 3 balls and 2 strikes to chase with Tomas Perez on deck, and then Kevin Millwood due to hit. Nobody up in the bullpen. 4-9-0 for the Braves, 2-4-1 for the Phils. Utley hits it hard, but it's right at Giles. Throws him out, and Maddox has his first 1-2-3 inning. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. To the 5th we go. Braves by 2.
Yeah. Oh.
He's waiting.
Here are the changes for the new hotel plans.
Let's take a look.
We've added a heliport and hot tubs in every room.
It's going to be the hippest hotel in town.
And the suites are...
Here?
If you're not offering your employees Independence Blue Cross, maybe you should.
A 240 horsepower V6 engine. A Honda satellite-linked navigation system. Dual zone automatic climate control. An XM satellite radio. All this plus an extra large leather trimmed interior. For when you need it most. The spacious Accord EX V6 for 2004. From Honda.
So I got tickets to the game tomorrow night. I wasn't sure if you wanted to go.
Well, it doesn't sound like you want me to go.
What? Of course I want you to go. I just thought maybe, you know, with the crowd and all that.
You'd probably have a better time with Gary.
Gary? No.
Why don't you ask Gary? And we'll hook up on Saturday.
Okay, if you're sure.
I'm sure.
Okay, bye-bye. You're in. Yes!
I'm out! Let's go dancing.
After 4 innings of play, the Braves 4, the Phils 2. Wednesday at 9 on UPN 57. Jake gets a mission. That could be too hot to handle on Jake 2.0. That's Wednesday at 9, and it's right here on UPN 57. Jake is a name that Darren Dalton affectionately used on you many times.
Yeah, the character from the Blues Brothers.
Right. It's called Johnny Jake.
A little short, chubby one, John Belushi.
John Belushi, right. And a little hold up in the game right now. I didn't see what it was. Maybe a little TV timeout, even though we're back.
Hey, if we're ready, they should be.
Chipper Jones will lead it off. 1 for 2, single run scored, flied out. And Millwood's had 2 shaky innings here today, and it's cost him. Is that a foul ball? Yes, says Brian O'Nora, the first base umpire. Gave up 4 hits in the second, 4 hits in the fourth, and the Braves have 4 runs.
Well, in my opinion, there's 3 things in this world you don't do as a person. You don't drink and drive, you don't talk back to your parents, and you don't walk the guy in front of Gary Sheffield.
On a 3-2 breaking ball.
And he did, and then he paid for it.
Right. Sheffield out at second base on that play, ran into an out, 7-6-4 to end the inning after knocking in his 132nd run. There he is, and he will be a force, of course, in postseason play as he's having a career year.
I think Sheff's losing track of what's going on out here. With 2 outs, he didn't run, and when he was supposed to, and then with 2 outs, he ran when he wasn't supposed to. So.
Jones, a deep center field. Marlon Byrd, a long run at the wall, almost makes the play, bounces off his back, and Chipper will have a double. Ball went off his glove and then off his back and popped back up in the air, and a nice effort by Marlon Byrd.
One thing you can say about Marlon, and you can also say about the rest of the Phillies, is, you know, playing out this 3 games, they haven't quit. And, you know, Marlon's played hard, and there it is. It was in his glove, and then looked like it hit the ball hit his glove and the wall at the same time and bounced out. And remember the one time earlier this year when it hit him in the coconut. He kept that one on his back, and it was a pretty good play.
He had one, as you said earlier in the year, hit the wall and hit him in the head. Andrew Jones, the batter, takes a strike. That's double number 33 for Chipper Jones.
You know, you have to like what you see by these guys. You know, it's 3 games. The season's over for them, and you know, and they battled back yesterday against John Smoltz and won. And you know, they're continuing to play hard. They're playing the string out, and that's all you can ask as a fan is, you know, scheduled 162 games. bust it for 162, and then we'll see what happens next year.
I know Larry Bowa didn't want to go into the offseason with a losing streak. Nobody does, and he talked about that in the pregame radio show, how important that was as Turk Wendell gets up, how important it was that he felt not to go in there after having such a good season that the Phillies had. They were sure, oh, well, they lost 7 in a row at the end, 8 in a row, you know. And winning that game yesterday took that monkey off their back. But they really want to win again today here and finish up with 87 wins.
Man, it's important, man. You don't want that taste of losing going into next year.
Ooh, Andrew Jones rips one over the glove of Jimmy Rollins. Chipper Jones had a hold. So here they come again with runners at first and third and nobody out. Darren Bragg's going to come out and run for Andrew Jones, and Anthony Gargano's with a couple of those heroes from the 1980 champions.
Hey guys, Mr. Right Field, Mr. Second Base, Big McBride, Manny trio in the house. Don't give me that look, Manny. What's it like being back here for the last time?
I mean, it's great. You get a chance to meet all the ball players you played with, see the fans once again, and just be inside this stadium.
Manny, I know you're shedding a tear right now.
Well, it's not only tears. I see there's a lot of emotion, and I know I'm going to step on the second base today again for the last time. So it will give me good memories, you know. Trying to get the throw from Bake to get the guy at home, you know, that weak throw to come from Bake all the time, you know. It'd be nice.
That's great. Thanks, God, for you guys.
All right, Anthony, thanks a lot. Those two good guys. They used to play cards together all the time, and Bake used to say he could just reel Manny in any time he needed a couple extra bucks.
Yeah, you know, and by hanging out with Bake at fantasy camp for a few years and seeing him here at all these reunion things that they've had over this year, I can see it.
Yep.
I can see him reeling someone in.
There he is. Threw his glove up in the stands, threw his cap. And there's the guy with the glove. Larry Bowa making a pitching change. Turk Wendell on back with more right after this.
Sauteed onions and American cheese on a hoagie roll. The new authentic Philly cheesesteak at McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's.
A 240 horsepower V6 engine. A Honda satellite-linked navigation system. Dual zone automatic climate control. An XM satellite radio. All this plus an extra large leather trimmed interior. For when you need it most. The spacious Accord EX V6 for 2004 from Honda.
And back here at Veterans Stadium, runners at the corners now. As we mentioned, Darren Bragg in to run for Andrew Jones, and Javi Lopez will bat off Turk Wendell in relief of Kevin Millwood. And bounces up there. Millwood, not the outing that he wanted to have to end the season. Certainly there's Turk coming into game number 56. 4 runs charged to Kevin Millwood at this point, and 2 on base are his responsibility. Good breaking ball from Turk and Javi Lopez, who's 2 for 2 today with an infield hit, a double and a run scored, swings and misses.
I'm pretty sure Kevin wanted to have a good outing, especially against his old teammates who haven't treated him too well this year. You know, again, you know, you have to try to figure something out to beat a team you're supposed to beat. Because you don't know where Kevin's going to be next year, whether it's here, who knows where he's going to be. But there's a pretty good chance he's going to have to face these guys again, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty confident against him if they do.
Popped up Javi Lopez off a slider. Down the line comes Tomey, and Jim puts it away, and there's one out. Yeah, he's 0-3 against him this year in the starts, and obviously cannot win this game today and could lose it. There's David Bell back with the ball club. Had a personal matter to attend to this weekend and here for the final game. And that's a guy right there that they wish they'd been able to play more here at the end of the year and find out if in fact his back problems are over, because they need him next season right from the get-go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to have 4 or 5 months of strenuous rehab to get that back and hip ready to go for next year. And a healthy David Bell means a more effective Tomas Perez and a more effective Nick Punto.
Yeah, and Polanco is such a great second baseman, will be able to play that position. But we'll see. I mean, the offseason is hours away.
Well, let's hope.
There's Nick Punto. Chase Utley has done a good job since he's come up. Jason Michaels may have had some of the best at-bats in this club all year for a guy who didn't get to play much. He had another one yesterday. They got a base hit off Smoltz to get that rally started. To me, Jason Michaels has been an amazing player.
Well, yeah, and the great thing about the year he's had is he's pretty much he's going to be here for as long as he wants to be here. A bench player can come off the bench and hit off righties or lefties like Jason has all year. It's an invaluable guy to have on your team. And if he doesn't complain about playing time and doesn't complain, I want to be an everyday player, knowing full well he wants to be an everyday player. But, he could have a 10, 15-year career just doing what he's doing now and make a great living at it.
The thing about him, Johnny, there's Todd Pratt, who's been a great backup player throughout his career. Jason Michaels above average outfielder, too.
He's a very good outfielder, and what can he do if he gets 450, 500 at bats? It's a great situation for the Phillies because they have 3 outfielders now. If Pat comes around next year and has a year he's capable of having, they have 3 great outfielders, and there's nowhere for Jason to play. So for right now, he has to accept his spot as a 4th outfielder, bench player, defensive replacement, and keep his mouth shut and do the job. And that's exactly what he's done this year. He hasn't caused any troubles whatsoever.
Tires are winning. Good news for the Braves. We just understand that it is a bruised right hand for Mark DeRosa. So no break, and probably should be okay for them. And they certainly need him. And we're glad to hear that. Don't want to see a guy get hurt the last game of the season going into postseason. Turk does the old step off, throw over, and Bragg was not real far off first.
Well, I tell you what, he threw that hard, didn't he?
Just in case.
I guess he figured he was so close to the base, he better throw it hard to make it look good.
Good block by Mike Lieberthal, that breaking ball in the dirt. Full count. So we'll see if they run Bragg from first, stay out of a double play on a full count with 1 out. Josh Hancock up in the bullpen for the Phillies. He's had 1 appearance. He's been here all month. Pitched at AAA all year.
Well, it's tough to get those guys in the game when you're fighting down the stretch for a pennant race. And I'm sure that the Giants will look at the box scores of this, and if they see Ryan Madsen or Josh Hancock pitching 4 or 5 innings a game, they're going to say, are the Phillies trying to do what they're supposed to do? The unwritten rule of beating the team that's in a race with the other teams.
And Larry Boa did not want to take Kevin Millwood out of the game necessarily. He wanted to go deeper today, but he just was struggling, and he had to make a change. The runner does go, and Fick to left field. Burrell will never get there. Ball bounces fair and in play. A run scores over to third. Bragg. Chipper Jones scores the 5th run of the game for the Braves, and Robert Fick has his 79th run batted in.
To it, and it's a RBI double. Now you got 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. You're looking for more trouble.
Jesse Garcia, the batter, he is 1 for 1 after he pinch hit for DeRosa. And Mark DeRosa had a base hit in his 1 official at bat. Maddox on deck, so Greg's going to stay in the game for a while. Infield in, 5-2 Braves here in the 5th inning. And a foul off Mike Lieberthal. Birthday wishes number 70 to big Phillies fan Frank Dombrowski of Port Richmond. Happy birthday to you, Frank. Number 70. Turk ahead of Garcia, 0-2. Missed in. Garcia came up on August 31st. He was at Richmond all year, the player of the month for Richmond. Hit .390 in May and was named to the AAA All-Star team. Two and two.
Pretty sure that the 60,000 plus fans here didn't quite want to see a game go like this.
No.
Kind of lethargic, isn't it?
Well, right now, when the other team's running the bases for the most part. Got him with a good slider. Struck out Jesse Garcia, second out. So see his way out of it now with Maddox to bat and 2 outs. Time now for Citizens Bank. Not your typical fan. Each game will scan the crowd to find a fan or fans who set themselves apart from the rest. And we're going to give it to the whole crowd here today. There's 58-3 here yesterday, 58-096 on Friday. And Maddox is going to ground out to end the inning. And a sellout plus here this afternoon on the final game that'll ever be played here at the Vet. Braves pick up another run on 3 hits and lead 2. They lead 5-2.
Safely securing your environment. Making your life more comfortable. Sheet Metal Workers Local 19. Sheet Metal Contractors Association. Partners in Progress.
The 7-passenger, electronic 4-wheel drive Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Carol Erickson. On a day that's bringing a lot of clouds, we've seen some rain, and we can expect these showers on and off in various spots through the afternoon hours. Our high today only 74 degrees. This is the warmest day we're going to be seeing on the 5-day. Tonight between 50 and 55 degrees. The skies will become clear. And on the 5-day, notice this top line. These are the afternoon high temperatures. By the time you get to Thursday, 60 degrees. Check it all out tonight on CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Independence Blue Cross gives Veterans Stadium a deserving farewell. In its final season, South Broad Street's most stately structure proved it hadn't lost its magic touch. The Phillies continue to thrill us with moments that will endure long after the vet is gone. As we reach the final innings, we remember the good times and say goodbye to a place that gave us all we could have asked for, right down to the end. This Thanks for the Memories is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it.
And fantastic Phillies finale. And that's where we are right now at Veterans Stadium in the finale as Tomas Perez takes a strike from Greg Maddox. Kelly Stinnett moves into the on-deck circle to bat for Turk Wendell, and then Marlon Byrd. 5-12-0 for the Braves, 2-4-1 for the Phillies here in the 5th inning. In the finale. Tomas tries to bunt his way on, bunts it foul. He grounded his second his first time up.
I'd like to see the Phillies string together a couple here. Try to get back in this game, down 5-2.
Ryan Longerhans moves into the game to play left field, and Darren Bragg stayed in the game in center field. There he is after pinch running for Andrew Jones. Inside from Greg Maddux, 1-2. Maddux a run given up in the first, a run in the third. Phillies with the 4 hits in the game, 3 of them singles. And he beats it foul first base side, does Tomas, who has 296 at bats. He's played a lot more than he expected to play or they wanted him to play, but injuries have gotten him into the lineup a lot more. Tomas Perez is a valuable player on your club.
He is a very valuable player. He can play any infield position. A switch hitter who can swing the bat a little bit.
And throw the bat in his own dugout.
Fire the bat and take out someone he might not like down there. That happens in the game.
Somebody just fired it right back out of the dugout at him.
Might be the same guy he might not like.
It's hard not to like him, isn't it?
He enjoys it.
Yeah.
And he still treats it like it's like what it is. It's a kid's game, and he still treats it like he's a kid.
Maddux misses away, throwing a lot of change-ups the way he normally does. A couple of different fastballs, breaking ball. Just a wily veteran. 15 wins for him. 16 straight years with 15 or more wins.
Show me a kid that's mature beyond his years, and I'll show you a kid that probably can't play.
Top foul, third base side. Yeah, it helps to have a little kid in you in this game.
It's such a long season, and you don't realize, how long of a season it is, how tough it is to prepare every day to play. And there's a little kid right there that wants to step down on the field. He's got to suit it up and ready to go. But if you can't have fun at certain points, sometimes it's stressful, but if you can't have fun and enjoy it, find something else to do. Go get a real job and see what the real world's like.
Amari Telemaco, Travis Chapman, has had 1 at bat since coming up here. He might get in the game today. We'll see. Anderson Machado there, who pinch ran yesterday and stole a base. And Tomas fouls another one off. 2 guys made their major league debuts yesterday. Machado and Ryan Madsen got to pitch a couple innings.
Anderson Machado has a chance to be a special player. He struggled a little bit this year in Double-A Reading, but he seems to always put up good numbers. He still stole a lot of bases.
Oh, nice play by Garcia, the third baseman, on the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Snares that line drive, 1 out. How about those guys on the field in the tuxedos before the game? The ground crew all dressed up today. Anthony Gargano's down there with a Frogman. Go ahead.
That's right, Wills. With Frogman, right? You're looking dapper.
Got it out today. Thank you.
Something going on right now?
A little bit. I think it's maybe the last game in this ballpark here.
Where's your most incredible moment, Froggy?
My most incredible moment? Oh, God. Maybe meeting John Marzano. No. God, most incredible moment. There's been a lot of them.
I can imagine. I know you're going to cry.
How about the day you mooned Larry Anderson?
How about when you mooned Larry Anderson?
Only a few people witnessed that. Only a few people. But sincerity, it's going to be tough at the conclusion of this game for me, and I think a lot of people here. The memories. You can always remember, like the baseball memories, the highlights you always see on television.
Well, that's right. Now you can get to work.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to help you out, Frog. All right, guys, thank you.
All right, a little humpback liner there by Kelly Sinet to the second baseman, Giles. To out Froggy, whose real name is Mark Carfagno, and there he is, bringing one of the bags out.
I'll tell you what, those guys are special in a lot of different ways.
I never really pictured them in Texas.
No, especially Froggy.
Oh.
And the mooning thing,
that happened.
Well, and you look at Larry Anderson's career, how bad it was. That probably was the highlight of Larry's career, is Froggy mooning him.
Marlon Byrd hits one up in the air to left field. An easy play for Longerhans, the new left fielder. He puts it away, and Greg Maddux is in a nice little groove right now. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left through 5. Here come those guys in the tuxedos. Danny DeMuzio and Anthony Gargano's going to come out and help him out a little bit, looks like. 5-2 Braves.
You're running out of time to see the Phillies play at Veterans Stadium. Are you ready to fast forward to next season? 2004 Phillies at spectacular Citizens Bank Park. Call 215-463-5000 now for season ticket information.
The Hyundai Elantra, a comparison. More standard features than a Toyota Corolla LE. All for over $1,900 less when comparably equipped. And only the Elantra is protected by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like we have a winner. Test drive the Hyundai Elantra. Nicely equipped for just $12,199 at your Hyundai dealer. Hurry into the Hyundai winning season clearance and get up to $2,000 cash back or 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Your father and I went to the senior health fair yesterday.
What are the rides there? The plane to go around?
Everybody loves Raymond. Monday night at 6:30 on UPN 57. Watch the Mullets. Tuesday nights at 9:30 on UPN 57.
On this field of memories, one stands above all the rest. The feeling at Veterans Stadium on the night of October 21st, 1980 was like nothing ever felt before. It was an air of confidence. Although it was 97 years in the making, the Phillies winning a world championship seemed like a foregone conclusion. Each of their key components played a major role in the victory. First season in Series MVP, Mike Schmidt provided an early lead with a third-inning 2-run single. Cy Young Award winner Steve Carlton was brilliant, going 7 strong innings on his way to the win. Pete Rose, whose blend of desire and hustle elevated the Phillies to a new level, was in the right spot when a bases-loaded foul pop bounced out of Bob Boone's catcher's mitt directly into Rose's glove. That second out of the ninth confirmed their destiny. Then Tug McGraw carried them to their final destination. For the first and only time, this field of memories became a true field of champions.
And there are a lot of cameras in operation here today. Fans taking pictures all over the place. There's the plaque, Veterans Stadium, dedicated in April 4th, 1971. The mayor at the time, Jim Tate. James H.J. Tate. There you see, mayor of the city of Philadelphia. It's all over here after today. For Kyle breaks his bat. Josh Hancock is the new pitcher for the Phillies. A 6'3", 217-pound right-hander from Cleveland, Mississippi. Resides in Tupelo. I believe that was the birthplace of Elvis. Tupelo, Mississippi. Phillies got him from the Red Sox for Jeremy Giambi in December of last year, and he pitched this year at AAA. He's had one outing this year, and that was against the Braves. And you see what happened. 2 hits in an inning. And there are his numbers at Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He's 10-9 with a .386 earned run average in 28 games. For Kyle fouls another one off. Prior to this season, he had appeared in 3 games with Boston, and one of them was a start, and he had a record of 0-1. So Josh Hancock getting a little activity here this afternoon behind Kevin Millwood and Turk Wendell. Jason Michaels moves into the game to play right field, and that one hurt Mike Lieberthal. It bounced up there and hit him somewhere. There's Will Kinane, so Maddox's day could be over. He's gone far enough now to win the game through 5.
And I'm sure Larry Boa got Bobby out. He got his 100th RBI today. He got to hit his last time up to take his average to 300 and get him out. Let him go back. Let him go in the offseason with great numbers.
Has 101 runs batted in with 2 today. Knocked in both Phillies runs, did Bobby. For McCall today 0 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI. Braves have dominated this one offensively and lead 5-2. They had a 4-run lead yesterday, and the Phillies came back and beat them in that goofy game. Foul tip held on to by Mike Lieberthal, 1 out on a strikeout. Philly fanatics' happiest memories, the first in a series of children's books detailing the adventures of baseball's silliest mascot, the Philly Fanatic. This 8x8 32-page book traces the origins of the Fanatic and is a look back at some of the Fanatic's fondest Vet Stadium memories. Giles grounds one to second. Utley throws him out, 2 away. And later this fall, the Philly Fanatics Moving Day, the second in the series, will be released. The tale of the madcap day as the Fanatic moves into his new home at Citizens Bank Park. Order the first in the series for just $5.95. Toll free 1-877-GO-PHILS or online at Phillies.com. Gary Sheffield, the batter, he is 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. I'd like to remind everybody after the game today, be sure and stay tuned because all these special ceremonies, and they are going to be very, very special. We're going to have them right here for you on UPN 57, so stick around. And the pitch to Sheffield misses inside. It'll be my pleasure to work with my old partner Andy Musser. Johnny Kruk will be down on the field. Larry Anderson, Harry will all be down there for the ceremonies, and Andy and I will get to handle that, and that'll be fun for us. Sheffield, you ever get cheated? How does he not strike out 150 times?
Well, it's so hard to explain. I mean, he swings so violently, but it's controlled violence. I mean, he has an idea what he wants to do up there. He looked 2 pitches. He thought, you know, well, if this guy comes inside, I'm going to look 2 strikes. I'm going to try to go deep. Now, if Hancock throws him something away, he's liable to hit a line drive to right. Or pull off and hit a grounder to third.
Or pull off and hit a grounder to Tomas, who throws him out. And that'll end a quick inning for Josh Hancock. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-2 Brian.
What you doing, Brian?
I'm just putting my name and address in these bottles and sending them out to sea. And hopefully someone will find them and contact me someday.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Why do you torture me, Brian Henderson of 12 Maple Lane?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Brian. Nice to meet you.
Well, that's the last of it.
The original rugged Nissan Pathfinder. And coming soon, the new full-size Pathfinder Armada. Two Pathfinders, countless adventures.
Grilled steak, sauteed onions, and American cheese on a hoagie roll. The new authentic Philly cheesesteak at McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's.
Countdown clock. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Phillies baseball is brought to you by Nissan and your local Nissan dealer. And by McDonald's new premium salads with Newman's own dressing. We go from 1 to then there were none. Harry Callis taking a lap around the field right now as he changed the number today. And here's what it looked like.
Looks like Harry's paying tribute to the greatest player that ever wore number 1 for the Phillies, Richie Ashburn, his old best friend.
To believe this is the last game at Veterans Stadium. You see that 0 go up there as Will Kinane comes on now. Wow, afternoon. Started out with the 81 up there back in a cold, dark day in April, and here we are in September, down to the final few innings. And we used to count down, before you were up here with us, Johnny, Larry Anderson, I used to count down the days. There were around 1,000 days left. I mean, it was crazy. Thought you're never going to get there.
I thought that too at the start of the season.
Jimmy hooks one to right. Sheffield is there and makes the play. And Canane retires the first batter he faces. One away, and Jason Michaels will bat.
I thought that too to start the season. I thought, 81 games is going to take a long time. And I'm sure if you ask the players, they probably thought it did take a long time, but it seemed like it went awfully quick this summer. I think it's because of the weather. We didn't really have much of a spring, or, kind of went right from winter right into 100 degrees and 150 down there on the turf.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was a season change this year. Jason Michaels swings and misses at the first pitch from Canane. Canane was in the ball game yesterday, and Jim Thome hit his second home run of the game off him. He's done a good job for them, the back of their bullpen, while Smoltz was out for a while. Yeah, he's pitched for a lot of different teams. And Jason fouls another one off, and this one clanks off the press box down into this huge sellout crowd. Speaking of the press box, a guy who used to be one of those ink-stained wretches, a former sports writer himself, here's Anthony Gargano.
Hey guys, I'm here with the Dean right here, Bill Conlon, Philadelphia Daily News, longtime baseball writer. You lived in this place.
Well, I worked here. It was a workplace, I left the house around 1967. Didn't miss it for a second. I left another house in 1980. Didn't miss it for a second. I'm leaving this workplace, and I won't miss it for a second.
Come on, Bill, you're lying.
All right. The one thing, you just saw Harry Callis take down the number, and he went around, and believe me, I saw Whitey in the cart with him. He was there, and he said, "Hard to believe, Harry."
Wow.
That's what he said.
Thanks, Bill. All right, guys.
All right, Anthony, thanks a lot. And Jason Michaels is called out on strikes, and here comes Jim Thome, and he'll get a big hand. Greg Maddux threw Thome a lot of change-ups in his first two at-bats. Greg Maddux dead serious today about pitching his game, and he pitched Thome that way.
If he was going to hit a home run today, he was going to have to hit a change-up and supply his own power, and he had to hit it the other way because he wasn't coming anywhere near inside.
Greg Maddux has his name in the record books for a lot of things, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he was not going to be the guy to throw the home run ball that would tie Mike Schmidt.
No, he's not getting in the Hall of Fame through stupidity.
No. Greg Maddux is one of the all-time greats, and it's just a privilege to have watched him all these years. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jim Thome.
And we might be watching him in a different uniform next year.
Could be. I mean, the Braves will make some changes. They make changes every year, and they don't skip a beat. But it would really seem strange not to see him pitch for the Braves. It seems a long time ago that Maddux pitched for Chicago. 2-1 to Jim, and he'll ground this ball to short. That's a shortstop for Kyle over on that side. Johnny, it's been fun this year. Thanks for everything.
Wheels, you've made it easy for me.
Been a great time here. And we'll turn this one over to Harry and Larry in the 7th inning as we look at the future right across the lot there. Citizens Bank Park. 5-2 Braves.
Haven't you always wanted to own a piece of Vet Stadium? It's like owning a piece of history. It's like owning a piece of my soul. And now you can by purchasing a pair of authentic, vintage Vet Stadium seats. Each pair of seats comes with its own certificate of authenticity, and each carries the unique patina that can only come with the passage of time. Mustard.
Vet Stadium seats are on sale now. Call 215-463-1000 or visit Phillies.com.
At GMC, being professional grade means you build a better SUV. That's why the GMC Yukon has the tightest turning radius in its class, and Envoy XL has the most overall interior space in its class. Professional grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to. Now get up to $6,000 total cash back on a new 2003 Envoy XL or Yukon. See the pros at your local GMC dealers.
What's up, man? Carson Daly. We're going backstage to see the band.
And on the list.
Yeah, cute.
I said no. Oh, what up, dog? Yeah. Go on, player.
I'm with him. Me too. We're with him.
AOL Inside gets you behind the scenes with Hillary Duff and Michelle Branch. Go to inside.aol.com and add them to your buddy list today. Life needs connections.
Game summary. Kevin Millwood, 4 innings of work, walked 1, 3 strikeouts, gave up 5 runs and 11 hits. Marlon Byrd, a couple singles and a couple of runs. Bobby Abreu got his 101st RBI, 2 RBIs in a game. Maddox pitched 5 innings, didn't walk anybody, struck out a couple. Fick with a sac fly, a couple RBIs. Jesse Garcia with a pinch hit RBI single, and Gary Sheffield with yet another RBI. Josh Hancock will lead it off against Langerhans. Came in for Chipper, play left field, his first at bat. Langerhans 4 for 13 on the year. No home runs, no RBIs.
LA, you're going to have to catch me up. Hancock came in when?
Hancock, this is his 2nd inning of work.
Okay.
Had a 1-2-3 first inning as he struck out for Cal and got Giles to ground out the 2nd and Sheffield to ground out the 3rd.
So how about these young guys? Madsen 6 up and 6 down last night, and now Hancock's dealing.
It's a good chance. I mean, you don't get to see these guys during the season that much. The coaching staff, Kerrigan or Boa, they see them in spring training, but that's about it. So it's a chance to at least see what they feature, see what kind of stuff they have.
I'm caught up. 0-2 count to Langerhans, and he takes one wide for a ball. 1-2. Did you get a chance to talk to this young man whose father you played with?
Yes, I did.
This is Darren Bragg.
Oh, this is Bragg.
Yeah.
Well, Bragg's on deck.
Oh, that was Bragg on deck. Okay. Well, Langerhans goes down swinging, and Hancock is phase 4 and retired 4.
HK, Harry Callis changes a number only fitting. He broke in with this stadium, started the stadium, and you will finish this stadium. And a touching moment, putting that 0 countdown number up there. And obviously the wonderful gesture to his whiteness, the number 1. Touching moment. And what a applause, what an ovation.
He's here with us, Allard.
Yes, he is.
Darren Bragg batting for the first time. Came in to pinch run for Andrew Jones and stayed in the game. He's hitting at 242. 1-1 the count to Bragg. He's a foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Unlike Madsen, who made his major league debut, Hancock has pitched in 1 previous game prior to today. Madsen made his major league debut last night. Popped him up. Shallow left field. Who wants it? J. Roll in foul ground, makes the running catch. And that's 2 down. The last day of Veterans Stadium. Citizens Bank Park will be the new venue in 2004. The state-of-the-art ultimate baseball entertainment experience. For information on 2004 premium or season tickets, call 215-463-5000. You can also check out season ticket information online at Phillies.com. Hancock was 10-9 with a 3.86 ERA for Strand Wilkes-Barre. On his last 5 decisions, played for Mark Bombard and the Barons. Did you see Bombi last night, L.A.?
No, I did not.
You did not? Oh, shoot. I'm sure. I'm sorry he missed you. He was at the wonderful party thrown by the Phillies.
Well, it was a tremendous gala affair and a lot of fun. It was so many people.
Really, at the Constitution Center, which is gorgeous.
It was nice, though, and as usual, the Phillies did it upright.
Well, they've given us a few peanuts to throw here in the bottom of the 7th. Is this a makeup for all the previous games? Must be. 2 strikes to count to Javi Lopez. Well, Hancock 6 up and 6 down. What a job by young Josh Hancock. As the Braves are down in the turn of the 7th, we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's Atlanta 5, Phillies 2.
Coming up on the King of Queens, an anniversary celebration.
Salsa dancing? That's got Split My Pants written all over it.
Turns into a gambling getaway.
Atlantic City. I'm in.
And all bets are off. Next on the King of Queens.
Monday night at 6 on UPN 57.
Your father and I went to the senior health fair yesterday.
What are the rides there? The plane to go around?
Everybody loves Raymond. Monday night at 6:30 on UPN 57.
The beauty of the suit is that the bottoms match the top. So all you have to do is throw on a shirt and tie, and you're out the door. Get to work earlier, your productivity goes up, you get a bigger bonus, put the kids in better schools, they get better jobs, make tons of money, buy you a home to retire to on an island. No wonder suits are coming back.
Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
To contact the store nearest you, call 1-800-776-SUIT.
Clearance time on the biggest selection of Toyota cars. Your Toyota dealers have decided to extend the clearance values. There's still time to get 2.9% APR on the fun-to-drive 2004 Corolla. It's also time to check out great deals on the spacious and versatile Toyota Matrix. Toyota time. The time is now.
Stuff the fans trivia quiz this afternoon. What is the Phillies' all-time record at Veterans Stadium? Well, 1,415, 1,198 is the winner. First Phillies fan with a correct response was George Mooney of Audubon, New Jersey. Congratulations, George. You're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing. God stump the fans. Johnny Estrada will come on to catch now for Atlanta. Jared Wright will be the new pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. Mike Lieberthal will be the first one to face Jared Wright here in the 7th inning, with Atlanta leading it by a score of 7-2. Jared Wright pitched well since coming over to Atlanta. Overall, 2-5 in 49 games with a 7.48 ERA, but with the Braves, 1-0 with a 2.25 ERA. Guys get in the Braves uniform, and all of a sudden they turn things around. Jared Wright certainly has done that. Yes, this is the final day of Veterans Stadium. Mike Lieberthal to lead it off. Lieberthal has been up twice. Twice he has grounded out. He'll be followed by Pat Burrell and then Chase Utley here in the 7th. 1 to Mike Lieberthal. Now balls and 2 strikes to Lieberthal. Delivers high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lieberthal.
Jared Wright, another pickup for the Braves, middle of the season, and done a nice job since he's come over here. After really struggling in San Diego, actually couldn't get anybody out over there. It comes over here, and
really,
it's like you put on a Braves uniform, all of a sudden you got command, your stuff's back, and you're on the money.
Slings it down the left field line. Playing well off the line was Weigerhans, and this ball bounces into the seats for a ground rule double. Ron Burke is standing by with the guy who pitched the very first game here at Veterans Stadium. Will be part of the post-game terrific ceremonies closing this ballpark. Jim Bunning. Ron.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with Jim Bunning, and we know you. Many Phillies fans of today may know you for what you do currently in politics, but you had quite a storied history as a baseball player with the Phillies before then. Being back here this weekend means what to you in the great scope of what you've done in your entire life, the full body of work?
Well, it's a big portion of my life. Obviously, I spent 22 years as an active player, 5 years as a manager in professional baseball. So coming back to the stadium that I got to open as the opening day pitcher, watching the blowing up of the place where they first started the stadium, and then being here when they moved into it, and then being here for the closing ceremonies is kind of pretty nostalgic for me. And I don't have an awful lot of contact with baseball now, and this gives me a chance to see a lot of players that I played with, and a lot of players that I managed, and a lot of players that were coaches and trainers, and a lot of people that I haven't seen for a long time. So it's a very, very important part of my life.
So the Senators come full circle.
That's right. Now, if I could do the same thing in Washington that I do here and have as much fun, it would be just wonderful.
It was a fun weekend, and it's good to see you and a lot of the other guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's send it back to the booth, guys.
He is a politician.
Senator Jim Bunning. Thank you, Ron. Pat Burrell has popped up. Chase Utley, the batter. 1 ball and 1 strike to Utley, who's grounded out both times that he's been up. And a strike to Utley. Three balls and a strike. Rice overall ERA with Kansas City and Atlanta 7.48, but since coming over to the Braves, as LA said, all of a sudden he's been pitching great. 2.25 ERA. Atlanta 3-1 the count to Utley. Walking. So the Phillies have 2 men on base trying to come back in this game as they did last night. Last night 5-1, they battled back to win the game in extra innings, or yesterday afternoon. They're trying to come back once again. Here is Tomas Perez. He is grounded out and lined out to third. One ball and no strikes. Tomas' lifetime is 1 for 3 against Jared Wright. Got them 3 runs with that hit. Hits the runner. Hits the runner.
He's out. The runner's out. It's a base hit for Tomas.
Wow. Man. Now, the Phillies were really kicking up a storm here, and that is a tough out number 1. They'll go 4 unassisted. It hits Utley.
It's tough to get hit by a ball. He tries to get out of the way of it, but he might have got right in between his steps. It's a dead ball once it hits the runner.
Yeah.
The runner's out. The hitter is credited with the base hit.
I think the Phillies could have had been. Why is Levy still at second?
Goes back to second.
He has to go back to second base. Should have been a run in, 2 men on base and 1 out. Instead, it's 2 outs with 2 men on base. And Ricky Leday bats for Hancock. So, potential big inning here. All of a sudden it's dwindled away when Utley is hit by the batted ball. No balls and 2 strikes to Ricky Leday. Wild pitch. Just missed high.
Really? Coming right back to the camera. No chance at all for Johnny Estrada.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Leday.
Mike Williams up in the Phillies pen. Braves pen is quiet.
The only hit here to get the Phillies back within a run. Post 2-2. Wright pitched all of his career in the American League until this year. Jim Thome of the Cleveland Indians. Ground ball, foul. Still 3-2 to Ricky Leday. Count to Leday. Ricky is rung up, called out on strikes, and that will end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the 8th. Atlanta 5, Phillies 2.
To my oldest son, I leave the chateau on the French Riviera. To my only daughter, the Manhattan penthouse. To my youngest son, I bequeath 150 acres of uninhabitable swampland.
Terrible. Yes!
With its amazing 4-wheel drive capabilities, Jeep Grand Cherokee can make even the most unappealing terrain a lot more desirable. Check one out today.
Thanks for letting me bring Fifi.
Oh, anything for you, baby. I'd give you the moon, the stars, Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Don't worry, I got him. Whoa.
Any way you want it. That's the way you get it at your Quality Plus Ford dealer. We're bringing you some of the best-selling vehicles in America. Get up to $4,500 cash back on F-150, up to $4,500 on Taurus, Windstar with up to $6,000 cash back, up to $2,500 on Escape. Get your new bestseller the way you want it. Never before have there been deals like this. But hurry, these deals end September 30th. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer now.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. And by your Quality Plus Ford dealers. If you haven't looked at a Ford lately, look again. Mike Williams will be the Phillies' new pitcher coming on here in the 8th inning. The Braves leading it by a score of 5-2. Williams overall counting his work for Pittsburgh, appearing in his 68th game. He's won 1, lost 7. Saved 28, 6.31 ERA, 61 in the 3rd inning, 65 hits, 43 earned runs. He has struck out 39 while walking 41. Here's Robert Fick. He has once again hurt the Phillies. He has all year. He's hit a sac fly, singled, and doubled. In 2 and scored 1, and this time he should be an out as Pat Burrell lopes to it, called off by Marlon Byrd. Now let's rejoin Anthony Gargano, who is there with the chairman of the Phillies, the man who brought me here. Thank you so much, Mr. Giles. William Yale Giles. Anthony.
Thanks, Harry. Yes, we're here, Mr. Giles. You have a beautiful new ballpark, an exciting new history about to begin. But what about today?
Well, I've been sitting here thinking of all the great moments and the great players that played here, and watching Mike Schmidt play in my mind, and Joe Morgan and Pete Rose and Maddox and all these guys. I'm just bringing back all the good moments that happened in just 33 years at the Vet.
Will you get teary-eyed today?
I definitely will. I definitely will. I'm starting to get that way right now.
With all these memories, it is amazing. It comes back to you, each one, so vivid.
Yeah, the good moments do. I try to forget the bad moments.
Thanks a lot. Back to you, Harry.
All right, Anthony and Bill, thank you so much. Johnny Estrada bats for the first time. Came in behind the plate. Estrada had a big year at AAA for the Braves this year. AAA All-Star. He got 286 since his call-up. In the air to center field, Bird misjudges it and then slips, and that ball is going to drop. Marlin thought it was hit a lot better. Kind of froze. It was hit off the end of the bat. And then he slipped on the turf, and so that'll be a hit for Johnny Estrada.
Estrada out in front of it off the end of the bat, and you see Marlin take a couple steps back and then tries to come in and can't recover in time.
Brings on Rafael Furcal. He is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Well hit, and Bird has to backtrack and makes up for it by making a fine running catch right at the track in front of the fence to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Braves 5, Phils 2.
The 7-passenger, electronic 4-wheel drive Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
grilled steak, sautéed onions, and American cheese on a hoagie roll. The new authentic Philly cheesesteak at McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's.
What do people see in the new Chrysler Pacifica?
I see a man who knows where he's going in the world.
I see a rear tailgate that acts like a second set of hands.
I see a vehicle that fits our lives.
Introducing the Chrysler Pacifica, well beyond the SUV. Now very well qualified buyers can get a 2004 Pacifica for $0 down and just $319 a month.
On the Toyota American League scoreboard, the Tigers averted tying the mess for the worst record in the history of Major League Baseball, 120 losses. They won today 9-4 over Minnesota. Bobby Higginson hitting a home run for the Detroit Tigers. Yankees beat Baltimore 3-1. Alfonso Soriano is 38. Toronto 6 and Cleveland 2. Carlos Delgado, a grand slam, is 42nd. Tampa Bay beat Boston 3-1. White Sox over Kansas City in the 8th inning 5-1. Texas at Anaheim, Oakland at Seattle later on. At Seattle, Jamie Moyer goes for his 21st. And here it is 5-2 Atlanta. Roberto Hernandez is the new pitcher. This is his 66th game. He's won 5, lost 3, a 4.42 ERA. 60 hits in 59 innings, struck out 45, walked 43. Marlon Byrd is 2 for 3, and he has scored both Phillies runs, trying to set the table once again as the Phillies are down by 3. So those Tigers end up with 119 losses. 62 Mets, 120 as Dan Plesac gets up in the Phils bullpen. One strike to Marlon Byrd. Two strikes to Marlon Byrd. Slider miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
See, Bobby Cox is getting his bullpen, trying to get the bullpen their work, and not overworking. It's actually worked out pretty good for him in this series, although yesterday Phillies able to come back. Phillies can try and come back today.
It should be one of them as Marcus Giles just gets Marlon Byrd 1 down. And Ron Burke is standing by with the Tugger, the man who got the final out in the World Series of 1980, Tug McGraw.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with none other than Tug McGraw. And Tug, you're looking good.
Thank you. I feel good.
I bet you do. You know, we began this season, even before the regular season, with you as someone we were talking about and caring about. And here we are on the final day at the vet. You look great. You're here among your brethren. It's been some year for you.
It has. It's been in April, I was still in the hospital down in Florida. And then the season came on, and I came up here, and I've had 2 brain surgeries since then, and now I'm here to help close out the season. And the vet's coming down, and we're here to celebrate the wonderful 3 years that we've had at the vet. And so what could be better? I'm still alive.
So it's a happy day. I mean,
it's a great day.
There's some sadness because an old friend, the vet, is leaving us. On some counts, you guys lived here for years, but it's a happy day as well.
It is. It's you know, the new stadium is going to make us all forget about the vet. That's going to be a beautiful thing. But in the meantime, we got to make sure that this whole Veteran Stadium experience is capped off in a wonderful, exciting way.
Tug, it's good to see you. Actually, it's great to see you.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy yourself. Back to the booth.
All right, Ron, thank you, and thank you, Tug. And Jimmy Rollins is grounded out to Fick unassisted. And Jason Michaels will bat for the 2nd time. He came in for Bobby Abreu. Bobby was 1 for 2, assuring himself of a 300 season. with over 100 RBIs. Bobby knocked in both runs of this game. Michaels a big hit off John Smoltz. And yesterday afternoon's win, and Phil's got 2 off Smoltz in the 9th inning. Smoltz, as lights out of stuff as he has not had really great success here at Veterans Stadium.
No, he hasn't. Got to him a couple of times.
So he's one visiting player that won't be sad to see the vet leave. 3 balls and a strike to Michaels. Driven into left field. Bragg can't get it. Gets by him. It's backed up. Or Longerhans, excuse me. Bragg backs up Longerhans. And Jason Michaels has himself a 2-base hit. And perhaps, the last at bat at Veterans Stadium for Jim Thome. Fans are on their feet. They're certainly appreciative of the kind of year this big guy has had for the Phils. Leads the league in home runs.
Now he has just had a superb year. And probably one last chance to tie Michael Jack for most home runs in a season by a Philly.
Lifetime, he is 5 for 15 against Hernandez. Roberto has struck him out 7 times. And all 5 of his hits have been singles as he blazes that 96-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside corner. 1 strike to Thome.
Well, he's going for it. He has a hack.
Strike to Thome.
Really no sense for him to go up there and not go for it.
Right. Two balls and a strike.
Jersey lady has her Thome jersey on.
Popped him up. Third base side. Garcia in fair territory puts it away, and so that will retire the Sider in the 8th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 9th inning. It's 5-2 Atlanta.
A 240 horsepower V6 engine, a Honda satellite linked navigation system, dual zone automatic climate control, an XM satellite radio. All this plus an extra large leather trimmed interior for when you need it most. The spacious Accord EX V6 for 2004 from Honda.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Big, juicy pieces of all-white breast meat, now with fewer crumbs. Get a party size for just $6.99 or an individual size for just $1.99. New, bigger, better popcorn chicken, only from KFC. Create and direct your own TV commercial. Visit KFC.com.
The new 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix is turning some heads. Firmly planted to the road. The V6 feels as if it's a V8. Outclasses Accord and Camry. Now lease a new 2004 Grand Prix GT with driver's package for around $259 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. See your local Pontiac dealer.
On the Toyota National League scoreboard, Montreal has beaten Cincinnati 2-1. Florida over the New York Mets 4-0. Dontrell Willis wins his 14th. Houston has an 8-2 lead out in Milwaukee in the 8th. A little too late for the Astros. Baggy has hit 2 home runs, numbers 38 and 39 for Jeff Bagwell. Pittsburgh and the Cubs are 2-2 in the 6th inning. That doesn't mean anything. The Cubs are in. Dodgers in San Francisco with possible home field meeting. They're in the 1st inning, 0-0. St. Louis at Arizona, Colorado at San Diego later on. Here, Nick Punto has come into play third base, replacing Tomas Perez.
And Larry Bowe is going to go out and make a change, and
he's going to bring Tomey out so Tomey can get his just standing ovation. Going to get his just standing ovation. A good move by Larry Bowe. Let him take the field. Let him come off Veterans Stadium for the last time in this ballpark and get his just due, a standing O from the sellout crowd here at the back. They appreciate what Jim Tomey has done for this baseball team this year. There he is.
What a job.
So Tomas Perez has moved to first base and Nick Punto is at third. Giles smothers a ground foul. Having him 1 to Marcus Giles. We're in the 9th inning. It's 5-2. Atlanta leading. Bouncing ball shortstop Jimmy Rollins. Throws out Marcus Giles. It's 1 down. That'll bring up Gary Sheffield, who has played the whole game. Sheff is 2 for 4. Have scored a run. They take a 1-0 lead on San Francisco. Well, that could be a big game for the Braves to get a home field throughout the playoffs.
Well, if the Braves win today, they have it.
I think what's going on is the Eagles have just scored a touchdown. That's what you're hearing. A lot of fans are listening to how the Birds are doing at Buffalo, and they have just scored a touchdown. Quest of their first win, and that'll give them a pretty big lead. They were leading by 3. Nothing in 2. Yep. That Brian Westbrook. Nothing in 2 to count to Sheffield. High pop fly into shallow left. Look at how far out Punto is, and he's in foul ground and waiting for it. Makes the catch. That's 2 down. And we'll bring on Ryan Langerhans. Langerhans has struck out in his only at bat. Larry Bowe is going to bring in Dan Plesac to perhaps be the last pitcher.
Yep. That also
could be for the Phillies at Veterans Stadium.
Could be Plesac's last game.
That's a good move, too. It's nice to see Danny coming in here. Pitching change for the Phillies. 5-2 Atlanta. We'll be back after these messages.
looks good on the coast. It looks good in the city. It looks good in the country. And with a special lease price of just $219 a month, imagine how good it'll look in your driveway. The stylish Nissan Altima, now $219 a month.
Oh, well, my old bank had branches that were open 7 days a week in Newtown Square, in Wayne, in Devon, which is really convenient if you live in Newtown Square, in Wayne, in Devon. I live in Paoli.
Dan Plesac might be the last pitcher wearing a Phillies uniform here at Veterans Stadium. And it's fitting, certainly, that the 41-year-old Danny has the ball here. 58th game, 2-1 with 2 saves at 2.73 ERA. 33 innings, 29 hits, 36 strikeouts, 11 walks. Ron Burke standing by with some... Oh, I'm sorry. Anthony Gargano is standing by with some fans who are looking forward to the closing ceremony of Veterans Stadium. Anthony.
Thank you, Harry. Everybody's awaiting the great ceremony that's going to follow the vet. I'm with Mike Medallo, longtime Phillies fan. Mike, what do you want to see happen with the ceremony?
I just want to see all the guys come out and, be heroes I've seen growing up last, 29 years of my life. It's Tome and all the new guys, old guys, Schmidt, Carlton, especially McGraw. Just see them all pay tribute to this place. It's going to be kind of sad to see it go.
I see the sadness that kind of overwhelm you right now.
Yeah, it's driving up. We were looking at it, and I've been to at least a couple hundred games here. It's just going to be terrible to see it go. I mean, the new place is going to be great, but every game I've seen has been here. It's been,
That's right. Thanks, guys. Back to you, Harry.
All right. Thank you, Anthony. And
great sign right there.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
So many memories here from Veterans Stadium in its 33-year history. Phil's new home, Citizens Bank Park, and I would like to see Dan Plesac punch out this longer on.
Yes. Now this could be Danny Plesac's been talking for the last couple weeks. Should he come? Actually, I think when the Phillies were eliminated, he talked to it at length on the plane. I don't know if I'm coming back. He had mixed emotions last year when he thought the Phillies were in the right going in the right direction and did the right things in the winter. He wanted to come back. He wants to finish in the playoffs. And it's emotional time for him.
I'd love to see him get a punch out here. 3-2 to Longerhans.
Dan Plesac has done an outstanding job for the Phillies this year at 41 years young.
Outswing ball, it's a foul ball. Souvenir being given to the fans there by Glenn Hubbard.
And as he said this morning, he said, you know what, I've got 18 years of zero regrets, whatever I decide to do, and he's had an excellent career, and I don't think he can go wrong with whatever he decides, whatever he's going to be happiest with. But it's a tough time too when you know it's over.
Struck him out. All right, Dan Plesac. What a way to go. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We go to the bottom half of the ninth inning. In the last game at Veterans Stadium. Phillies need a rally. The Braves lead this game by a score of 5-2.
This time you're in my heart again. And when you go.
You're running out of time to see the Phillies play at Veterans Stadium. Are you ready to fast forward to next season? 2004 Phillies at spectacular Citizens Bank Park. Call 215-463-5000 now for season ticket information.
Part of your life and lifestyle.
Building our future together.
Sheet Metal Workers Local 19.
Sheet Metal Contractors Association.
Partners in progress.
September is clearance month at your Dodge dealers. It's your chance to make 0 down payment, 0 payments for 6 months, and get 0% APR financing or cash allowances up to $5,250, which includes $750 for military personnel. Plus, get Dodge's 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. 0 in on all the savings during September clearance month, now through September 30th. See your Dodge dealer for the best values in America.
We'll have 2 cheeseburgers.
We've shut down the grill. You can order from our late night menu.
What's on it?
Nothing I'd eat.
Hungry and it's late? Come to Wendy's pickup window for something fresh and eat great, even late.
Hey, if you're going to Wendy's, bring me back a Frosty.
Bottom half of the ninth inning, 5-2 Atlanta. Mike Hessman comes into play left field for the Braves. Darren Bragg moves to right field. Gary Sheffield out, and Jason Marquis is the new pitcher. Mike Lieberthal will be the first one to face Marquis, who in 20 games, 2 starts, is 0-0 with a 5.67 ERA. Lieberthal is 1 for 3 with a double. 1 ball and no strikes. Mike, good career numbers against Marquis, 5 for 12 with a home run. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and one.
Come on, Michael! Everybody hit!
Pick juggles momentarily, recovers in time. And that's 1 down. It'll bring up Pat Burrell. Now the cheering for Pat Burrell is being totally drowned out by the cheers for Pat. There are some boos, but the cheers are drowning out the boos. 1 strike to Burrell. Joe Giles looking on. 1-1. Strikes. President and CEO David Montgomery.
Come on, Brad, keep it going, baby!
Base hit center field. So Burrell is a 1-out base runner for Chase Utley. He's grounded out twice and won. Vice President, Director of Public Relations for the Phillies, Larry Shank in the tuxedo there, has worked just tirelessly to put this final innings weekend together, and what a job he has done. No strikes.
I think it's hard for me to believe that it's not going to be here next year. That's because we're still here. I kind of realize that it's the last game ever here. think it'll really sink in once you drive down this way next March and it's not here.
One ball and one strike to Chase Utley.
Field of memories. Certainly a lot of them here.
Liberty Bell. Used to be a Liberty Bell on the press level, dead center field at Greg Luzinski at once with just a tracer that was still going up. I still maintain that's the hardest hit ball at Veterans Stadium by the Bull. He hit that Liberty Bell. And men on press row, and a lot of them today. Covering this, the final event at Veterans Stadium. Jack Schur there of Associated Press.
Glad to see he's okay.
Really, he's okay. He had to be taken to the hospital yesterday. There's Jack. He had to be taken to the hospital yesterday when he felt faint and kind of passed out here in the press box during the game.
Said it was a combination of medicine or something that just was wrong or something. It didn't sit right with him and got real lightheaded and fainted. And
he spent the night at the hospital, but great to see him here, and he's just doing fine. Full count to Utley, ground ball. They're going to get one. They are going to turn a double play, and that is going to end the ball game and end the Phillies season and end the Veterans Stadium. So, no runs, a hit, no errors, none left. Atlanta wins the final game at the Vet by a score of 5-2. And the fans are still standing here. As memories of the Vet for everybody here at Veterans Stadium, for the sold-out crowd, for all of us, for everyone who works here, the memories of this ballpark are going to be with us for as long as we live. The Atlanta Braves will go on to the playoffs to play the Chicago Cubs. And the Phils have played their final game here at Veterans Stadium. Our Chevrolet player of the game, well, let's give it to Dan Plesac, LA, a 41-year-old. Last Phillies pitcher on the mound at Veterans Stadium struck him right on out of there.
You got my vote.
Yes, sir. Nice going, Danny. He is our Chevrolet player of the game. Atlanta has won it by a score of 5-2. And Plesac tips his cap to the crowd. The fans certainly had some memories. It would have been nice to have postseason. That wasn't to be, but it was a good year, and they went right down to the last week with a chance for postseason. Jim Thomey's heroics. Just been a lot of fun here. 2003 and the last year of Veterans Stadium. And we'll be back with the totals and a recap of this afternoon's game. Is won by the Atlanta Braves by a score of 5-2 right after these messages.
I think it's the word warehouse in our name that makes some people feel that our quality can't be up to par. But the fact is, the suits we carry are made with the same attention to detail as those that others sell for hundreds more. But because we sell so many, we can sell them for hundreds less. To our customers, we're like a small men's boutique. And it's only when they see the price that the word warehouse makes sense. Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
There's a long drive.
This Colonial Nissan is out of here. With these home run deals, it's hard to keep them in stock. Drive a brand new Pathfinder from just $19,990. That's a steal. How about this Colonial Nissan Altima from just $99.90? Another steal. And you're safe with 0% APR for 5 years. Colonial's sizzling sales event now.
If you can't make a deal with me, you can't make a deal with anybody.
Colonial Nissan.
Grilled steak, sauteed onions, and American cheese on a hoagie roll. The new authentic Philly cheesesteak at McDonald's. Yep, McDonald's.
Oh, well, my old bank had branches that were open 7 days a week in Newtown Square, in Wayne, in Devon, which is really convenient if you live in Newtown Square, in Wayne, in Devon. I live in Paoli.
Phillies baseball has been brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. By Citizens Bank, not your typical bank. By your local Toyota dealers. Get the feeling, Toyota. And by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it. Closer here at Veterans Stadium belongs to the Atlanta Braves, with the winning Braves 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They left 8th. The Phils 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, leaving 5. Greg Maddux will be the last winning pitcher at Veterans Stadium. He goes 16-11. The loss goes to Kevin Millwood, 14-12. Jason Marquis records a save, his first. As Veterans Stadium is history, this the final game of the Vet, with closing ceremonies coming up. It is nearly closing time. Thanks for being with us all year. John Slobodkin has been our producer. And it is closing time here at Veterans Stadium, the final game at the historic old Vet. So stay tuned for the closing ceremony. It's closing time.